Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wide World of Wrestling podcast. We are here for our WWE RAW live reaction. It is the go home show to WWE Bash in Berlin this Saturday. We got two triple threat matches, as you know. Last week, Adam Pearce announced that there's going to be an Intercontinental Championship tournament to see who goes against Braun Breaker next. The first matches of that kick off tonight. Uncle Howdy's in-ring debut tonight against Chad Gable. Yeah, it should be a pretty good show. CM Punk will be on tonight. Drew McIntyre will probably be on as well.
Yeah, this should be a really good show. The go home show, and I'm probably I think I'm probably gonna watch the pay per view. I'm still calling it pay per view, folks. I'm gonna call it pay per view. That's how I am.
Yeah, I still call it pay per view as well. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, he should be a Hall of Famer. It sucks that he's not, but WWE legend Sid Vicious passed away today. He was only 63. I
Yeah,
thought he would be older than that, but he passed away. Hopefully, he's in the Hall of Fame in 2025, but
he should be.
they got to stop putting guys like they need to put these guys in when they're still alive. Like
Yeah,
Vader should have been put in when he was still alive. And Lex Luger, hopefully, he's put in 2025 as well, because he is older and he's not guaranteed to be here for the next 10 years. So
right.
like these moments need to be when they're still alive, not when they've already passed away.
The thing I've always thought it was crazy that Sid has never been in the Hall of Fame. That's always just perplexed me.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that he was never in the Hall of Fame. He never was. He probably will be now once he's dead, but
Yeah, that's the sad thing.
like
But as long as he's there, that's awesome.
they did it to Vader. I'm surprised Vader wasn't in when he was still alive, because he was
Right.
making appearances on Raw and stuff occasionally. Big Boss Man, but he passed away way before there was a Hall of Fame. Uh, yeah, there you go. Psycho Sid. Some people know him as Sid Vicious. I know him as Psycho Sid.
I
WWE.
was lucky enough to see him as both Sid Vicious and Psycho Sid.
Yeah, I know him as both. I just always heard people call him Psycho Sid, so I just went with it. And then once I got older, Sid Vicious. That's a pretty cool shot. Braun Breaker with, I guess that's his dog. Very Scott Steinerish. Rick Steinerish alike. You got the American Maid. I'm glad they finally put this group together.
That was a great idea too. That was a smart move.
I should have done it when he was going for the Intercontinental Championship, because then they could have helped him win the title. But no, we got to wait till that's already over with. I'm also looking forward to Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. It's going to be pretty interesting. Bronson Reed's been pretty much dominating everybody with tsunamis every week. R-Truth, The Miz.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't taken out Adam Pearce.
that is a surprising thing though.
He took out Seth Rollins after SummerSlam. So they've pretty much made him a. But this is what AEW should do. WWE books big men a whole lot better than AEW. Like Bronson Reed is how someone like Wardlow should be booked in AEW. Like
Right.
Vince McMahon didn't know what to do with. Like he big a, for Vince McMahon, it didn't matter if you were a big guy. Like he was going to book you bad either way. But Bronson Reed is a Triple H guy. When he was in NXT, Triple H was in charge of NXT. He won the North American Championship. He was part of John Gargano's group with Austin Theory and Indy Hartwell, and
The way.
yeah, the way. So I trust. I think Bronson Reed will get at least Intercontinental or U.S. title run, maybe even the World Heavyweight title run. They pretty much built.
Why not? You know.
they pretty much built him as a big star on Raw. At this point, he took out Seth Rollins.
And the best part is that he's believable. It's totally believable that he can be this monster heel.
Yeah, he's taking out everybody every week. I'm curious to see how his match against Braun Strowman is. Corey Graves. This is going to be
And I
interesting because
and I think
next,
you're about I think you're about a minute or so ahead of me, but I think we're pretty much still on the same page.
that new guy from ESPN's coming on next week. I guess September 8th.
I forgot his name already.
I don't know what he's from ESPN. He's supposed to be on Raw. Cole was supposed to go to SmackDown. So I guess Wade Barrett comes back to Raw and Corey Graves and Michael Cole is on SmackDown again.
I guess that's how they're doing it. I
Because
mean, I think.
Pat McAfee said he'll be back in January. So I guess then Michael Cole will go back to Raw. And then now they got themselves in a hole because they got three. They only want two-man commentary teams. So the new guy Graves and Corey can't all be on the same. I'm curious how they do that. Like what? Someone's not going to be
Yeah.
commentary. If they're just bringing in this new guy just temporarily, shouldn't have even brought him on to begin with. I would have just stuck with the commentaries you already have. There was no sense even bringing him in.
I mean, because personally, I think the team of Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, I mean, they were pretty cool. They're no JR and the King, but they're pretty cool. And like, and I've said this before, Pat McAfee kind of grew on me. At first I was like, he's kind of cheesy and he's too campy, but then he kind of fell into this role of being a fan that got the best job in the world, being the commentator for Raw. I mean, it's pretty cool. He plays that character very well.
Yeah,
And it's not even a character either. He's a legit fan.
he's kind of like Jim Ross in some ways. He gets so excited that he gets you excited while watching the matches.
Right.
He doesn't sound like JR, obviously, but in some ways he is kind of like Jim Ross. But I don't know how they're going to do that in January because there'll be five commentators and they only want two-man commentary team. Now instead of do a 2006 style and have Raw three-man and SmackDown two-man. Because Raw
I
used to
mean,
have Jerry, Jim Ross, and Jonathan Coachman. Then SmackDown had
yep.
Michael Cole and Taz.
Yep.
I look for that new guy to go to SmackDown probably. And then I don't know where Graves and Corey go. I mean Graves and Wade Barrett.
I mean, you think they might try to send them to NXT or?
When NXT they got Booker T and Vic Joseph.
Right.
Booker
And I don't
T
think they
was
should. I don't think they should replace Booker T. He's fine where he is.
Vic Joseph is good. I feel like one day he'll be on the main roster.
Yeah.
But I feel like with NXT going to CW, they probably want to keep Booker T and him together. I don't know. Maybe this new guy's just there temporarily. I don't know why you'd bring him in at that point. I like personally for me, I would have just brought back someone temporarily instead of bringing in a new guy. I would have brought back like I I'd have had Larry Sabisco come back. Like he did commentary for WCW a little bit. I thought it'd been
That's not a bad idea.
I thought it'd been kind of cool. Or
The
uh,
living legend.
or what's Don not Don West, but I know his name. What's the T? It was Don West and
Oh, I know you're talking about. Freaking
I can't believe I don't know his name.
he did commentary for WCW too. I'm trying to remember his name too. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's bugging me. I know who he is.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
No, Don West. Don West. Yeah. Mike Tenay.
That's it. Mike
He
Tenay.
he doesn't do anything, but he doesn't want to come. Like if WWE's offered him a deal, like he turns it all down. He came back for TNA's Hall of Fame induction, and he accepted it from him and Don West. But I don't know. We'll see how this new guy is in about a week or so. I feel like someone coming in from ESPN. We've always saw two or three good ones. We saw Todd Grisham, we saw Pat McAfee, and Jonathan Coachman. Those have been the only three good ones from ESPN. Everyone else, like Kevin Patrick, he was just I couldn't stand him on commentary.
He was a bit annoying. I know what you mean.
He even said that he wasn't good on commentary. So
I never
he,
thought so, really.
he even said he was bad. He thought that he was rushed into it, and I would have never said like that was a Vince McMahon thing. Like Vince McMahon brought him in. He thought that he was good or whatever. Okay, we got the LWO back in the mix. I've been talking with them for weeks. Like, why aren't they going for the tag titles? Like, they're not going to
Exactly.
win. They're not going to win them, or maybe they will. But if they don't, it'd be a good challenger because they haven't. JD and Finn hasn't defended the belt since they won them. It's great to see Dragon Lee back. I believe he just had a child. That's why he's not been on.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I believe he was posting about it on Instagram and Twitter and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Congratulations to him.
We haven't seen Rey Mysterio in a little bit too. He's been doing Fanatics stuff. We've seen him every week.
What?
WWE's not PG anymore.
I love it.
Saying stuff like that can.
This is one of the thing I got to point out. I've always loved how Rey Mysterio's mask says mask on the right on the on the bottom of it. It says mask. I've always thought it was funny.
Uh, I wish he'd bring back the old tights he used to wear, like the the ruthless aggression tights. He wouldn't wear any shirt or anything. He would just wear pants, like red pants or blue or green or yellow, pink.
Yeah,
Or he can. I like when I like when he did the Flash. That was pretty cool.
that was a pretty cool gear. I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, like if he brought that back and done a different kind of character, that would be pretty cool.
I think he did the
Oh,
Flash. He did Batman. He did the Joker.
in Lucha Underground, he did some pretty cool stuff. He only did it about one time though. Oh, Dragon Lee. He got a lot of height on that. I wouldn't do that. At least they caught him though. Now it's time you see people doing suicide dives and stuff like that, and they don't catch them; they just fall flat on the ground.
And that's the thing. If you're ever at a show and you hear them hit the ground, that loud thud, I mean, it's gotta hurt.
Yeah, I've seen it tons of times. Like some people don't pay attention to that stuff. Like I'll see people on Facebook or on Twitter saying, "Oh my god, that was so cool," and when you watch it, like they do the move, but they don't even catch him. So he didn't. The wrestler that was doing the move didn't even hit anybody. They just fell straight to the ground. Then the other person just fell.
Ah,
So what was
jeez,
so awesome about that? No one hit anybody. They just both fell.
it was a
One
huge
fell on the
botch.
ground by himself, and one fell from top rope, flat on the ground. And if you don't hit them, then
And I've seen like a lot of, and then there's that famous, that well, I should say infamous, that infamous match with who was it? General Hall and Jeff Hardy,
yeah,
and like
yeah,
he went for the Whisper in the Wind and missed it completely, and Jinder sold it anyway.
made him look more stupider than Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna sell it anyways. I mean, I've seen matches like that where they'll mess up and then they'll just keep trying to do what they're gonna do, and it just makes them look even like some fans are stupid. Like they'll say like, "Oh my god, that was so awesome! This guy deserves a title. This guy needs to be pushed to the moon." Like what did they do? They did a move and landed flat on the ground. They didn't hit nobody.
could have shortened their careers. This is what they could have did.
But one person in AEW is AR Fox. He never misses. I've never seen him miss one suicide dive anything.
He has pinpoint accuracy with his suicide dives. It's amazing.
But when you got guys like Top Fly and Action Andretti and Will Ospreay, and they'll do all these moves and then they don't hit nobody. They do it and then they hit themselves on the ground. Then the other person just falls on the ground to make it like they hit them.
You see, that's what's so dangerous about it. Because once you're in midair, it's hard to control your body. Once you hit midair, it's like very little chance of you controlling the rest of your body, unless you're damn good at it. You know.
That's why Top Flight's always injured. That's why they're
Yeah.
always. That's why they never do anything. But here lately they haven't gotten injured. But
Thank goodness.
they get if they're ever going to win tag titles, they got to stay healthy for a year because it'd be bad to put the titles on them when they get injured.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know why they don't put Top Flight back with AR Fox because AR Fox is really really good about doing moves, but actually landing them. I feel like that would rub off on a lot of guys in AEW, even the top
I never
guys.
liked him being heel, man. I never liked them turning him heel. I thought that was a bad idea.
Well, they put him with Swerve, and then they kicked him out, and that was it. I don't think we've seen him since then on TV. He was with
Now, you see what
Swerve.
turning him heel did for him? That didn't do anything for him. They kicked him to his curb.
I wish they would have kept him with Swerve because he had something going. He was getting used more, and then they had him. They kicked him out of the group, and then he got beat to Darby, and then we never seen him since. Like that was last year before All In actually.
Now you're talking about fumbling the ball. That I mean, AR Fox, you're fumbling the ball with him. I'm sorry. I believe that 100%. That's a fumble.
He might be on ROH. I don't watch ROH, so I don't know if he's
If
on
he is,
there.
that's awesome. If he's still getting some work, that's awesome. But I think he deserves better.
Really, ROH is a demotion. Really, it's really just AEW Dark,
I mean, you can
and
say that, yeah. You can say that.
it's not really what. Even though before Tony bought it, it was pretty much dead. At least they had. It didn't feel like a second. It felt like an actual ROH show, like actual storytelling, actual ROH stuff. You didn't see nobody from other companies over there. I mean, you would see it occasionally, but ROH had its own identity, their own brand.
Yeah.
Now it's just AEW Dark. Like if they don't have nothing for you, they put you over there, and you're either in squash matches or you're in a 2 year long feud with somebody that never ends.
It's
Like they
sad but true.
they've got feuds that's been going on for months, and there's no end to it because they have nothing for them. So they just put them in long feuds. Like Athena, like I don't think she'll ever be on AEW TV again. Like on Dynamite, I don't think she'll ever be on there because she's been ROH Women's Champion for like 800 days.
Yeah.
She's beaten everybody, so I don't really know who on ROH side. I mean, she's beating everybody.
Man, it seems like she's stuck in that ROH vortex right now.
Yeah, I feel like she in she's being held back a lot. I mean, at least she's getting to do something rather than doing nothing. But I thought they said Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed was going to be first. We got an 8-man tag. I mean, I'm not mad about this because we haven't seen LWO in a while.
Yeah,
As a group, I should say, we've seen others of them. We haven't seen them men as a faction, as a whole, wrestling together.
that Bronson Reed and Strowman match. That's gonna be a what would Jr. call it, a slobber knocker. That's gonna
Yeah,
be big.
same where they had something big planned for the match. Someone tells me I could be wrong, but they're going to do a suplex from the top, and they're going to break the whole damn ring.
Oh, they're gonna do that. They have to save it for the end of the show. That'd be awesome.
Well, the main event is going to be Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable, so I feel like if they're
Right.
going to do that spot, it have to be the main event.
I
Like
mean,
if they're
because
going to
once the rings broke, I mean that show over, right? I mean,
pretty much. I mean, there's no fixing the rope. Well, you can fix the ropes that fast, but you better have a lot of people doing that. It's great to see Dragon Lee back on TV. We haven't seen Dragon Lee in a while.
he's a great talent that I think that they picked up. I think, and I feel like with him being involved with the LWO and having this kind of connection with Rey Mysterio as well, I think that if they do it right, they can push him and make him, this huge Mexican superstar, like they did with Eddie and like they did with Mysterio, and like they tried to do with Sin Cara, but we know what happened with that.
I like how with how Triple H is booking luchadors and stuff, they don't really come off as like Sin Cara or Kalisto or the Lucha House. But they come off as like Rey Mysterio would be.
Right.
Like they feel like pretty serious and they could go in the ring and really go toe to toe with all these guys. Like Sin Cara was just tag team wrestler. Kalisto won the U.S. title. Like he felt kind of serious, but
Yeah.
a lot of those. And then eventually it was the Lucha House part, and they were just a comedy gimmick, and they weren't taken serious at all. They were just there to go against the Usos and lose and
Right.
just to do that. But I like how Triple H, like if the Lucha Bros are supposed to be coming over to WWE, so I like that they're not going to be treating them as the Lucha Dragons or oh damn that was good. Like they're going to actually treat them like actual luchadors, like how they like WWE had an Ultimate Dragon in WWE for a coffee break, really.
Yeah. I remember that.
But for what he did do, he did pretty decent. Rey Mysterio has really been the only luchador to actually succeed, really.
I mean, yeah, you think about it. I mean, he's been because there's been many of them that come through WWE, but he's been like the only one that's actually broke that ceiling and went to the next level.
Kalisto is probably second. Well, Eddie is kind of a luchador. He doesn't wear a mask, but he is still Mexican talent.
Yeah.
But Kalisto would probably be third. I mean, he won the U.S. title. That was really about it. But I mean, he held it. Sin Cara was a complete. Well, there's actually two Sin Caras. The one that was in AEW is the original one. The one that got released, they just recasted the character. They
Oh,
treated it as
yeah, you're
new.
right. I forgot about that. You're right.
But the original one was really good. But then when they recasted the character, you can kind of tell the differences. I mean, Sin Cara was pretty cool at first when they brought him in. They had him team with Rey Mysterio some, but then once they recasted the character, it wasn't nothing compared to Rey Mysterio.
No,
I
I don't think so.
I really hope that WWE plan. It seems like they plan on booking a lot of Mexican talent. They got Stephanie Valkyria coming over to NXT. They got the LWO. They got Andrade on SmackDown, Santos
Yeah.
on SmackDown. Lucha Bros are coming in. Seems like they got. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Mexico WWE pay per view next year. Feels like they're
I would love
building.
to see that. That'd be
Feels like they're
cool.
building their Mexican talent up a lot. Deshaun, thanks for watching. Davis, LWO. Yeah, it's great to
Everybody in
see
the chat,
LWO.
welcome.
It's good to see LWO and Raw again. I'm guessing they're all cleared. I know the one dislocated his shoulder. He's wrestling tonight, so he must be cleared.
Yep. I think with what you were saying, like with this, with them building up the Mexican superstars and pushing them, I feel like you're right. I mean, if they wanted to, they could possibly do a pay per view that's like LWO based or something like that. I mean, I could that'd be cool.
They kind of
Have
do
it,
that.
have a pay per view in Mexico, and that'd be fun.
They kind of do that in a way with the LWO in Puerto Rico in 2023 for Backlash. They kind of did that. That's Savio Vega and Carlito, and
Oh
but,
yeah, yeah,
but it was kind of it was kind of like an LWO thing. But I think they should go to like actual country Mexico, and I thought that would Backlash 2 years in a row. It's been an international pay per view.
yeah,
23 it was Puerto Rico. 24 is France. So maybe 20. They said they want to take a pay per view to Italy next year. But I would try to do something in Mexico, even if it's just for a Monday Night Raw. Like they went to Mexico this year, but it was house shows and it wasn't like
yeah.
a. I like to see them go to Mexico and do a live Raw or SmackDown, and I'd have some of the NXT guys cross over for a night, like Stephanie Valkyria, and I think that would be pretty cool. And Axiom on NXT, he's really good.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause see, that's the thing they could pull that off though. That'd be pretty fun.
Personally, I think a pay per view would be best. I think that would be better, but I wouldn't mind a Raw or SmackDown. But I prefer a pay per view. I would do Backlash in 2025 in Mexico, and I'd put Elimination Chamber in Italy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm
The
all
one got
about
straight
Latin
to Italy.
representation in wrestling. That's awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they did that. You got Andrade, you got Lucha Bros. They're supposed to be going straight to the main roster. Obviously, you got Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Santos, Stephanie Valkyria, Zelina Vega. Oh, damn, that was good. Rey Mysterio, even for his age, he still got it.
I know, right? And I mean, think about it. This guy's been doing it since we were kids.
Yeah, he's been in WWE since 2000. Well, he was in WCW before 2002. He was, and there's a lot of independent stuff with him without the mask and stuff. And he was like 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally his whole life he's been wrestling. Like a lot of
And
people don't know what Rey Mysterio did today. He started. I actually started training at 13 years old actually. So I didn't go to versions like he did, but lots of times they don't let kids do that because they don't want to risk a lawsuit. And they
right,
start training them, and then they break their neck or something. But lots of times you got to sign paperwork and stuff, like document that if you get hurt, you can't sue or any legal action.
right. You gotta sign the waivers.
Like a lot of little kids like to get in the ring after a show, and they don't. A lot of people don't like that because it's not a trampoline.
Right.
I wish it was. It'd be a lot easier. Hell, I probably could be wrestling right now if it was like a trampoline. Oh,
Be a hell of a lot of fun. More fun. I know that.
when you jump, you're not going to be going high in there. Oh,
Just a
that,
fun fact about Rey Mysterio is that a lot of people don't know that Rey Mysterio Jr., which is his full name, uh, he's not actually well. He's not actually a junior. He didn't get the name from his father. The Rey Mysterio came from believe his uncle. I think.
yeah.
Oh,
They're going to do. Oh, that was pretty cool. Suicide divers on all four sides of the ring.
not a bad opener at all. Really, I like it.
That definitely got the crowd going.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're saying, but they gotta be. They're bleeping out something.
Oh yeah, they're saying something bad.
Have you noticed that WWE crowds has been getting more rowdy like that? When before you wouldn't hear nothing, like it was quiet. They would have to pipe in stuff just to have a reaction.
Yeah.
But now since Triple H is taking over, it's complete opposite. It took it a little bit, but damn, man, he cheated.
Of
Well,
course.
that was good. That was a good opener.
That was fun. So I think it's good you have a good fun opener to get the crowd going on the right tone, setting the tone for the night.
Yeah.
Yep, Dominic pinned his father. I just
No.
want to see him pull a belt out and just start whipping Dominic. I just pull him over his knee and just start whipping his ass. That'd be hilarious to see again.
Oh, it's in the table. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be going through a table. Or if there is, it's going to be Dominic now.
Yeah,
There comes
hopefully.
the Terror Twins. I got Damian Priest and Liv Morgan. I mean, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Golly. All hell's broken loose at this point.
And this is only the very beginning of the
Dang.
show. I like it.
She's she swung him. She swung her. Damn, I really want to see someone go through a table, or he might still go through a table. Who knows? Dang. Um, Visible J, thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching. Oh, damn. Damian Priest was
Oh,
on the hell out of him. That was like a JBL clothesline. Damian Priest is going to cost them those tag titles, just like Finn Balor costed him. He did whatever.
it's only right.
Yeah, he's going to do it eventually. I don't know who it's going to be against, but I just hope it's not Austin Truth. I don't want to see this Judgment Day Austin Truth, Judgment Day Austin Truth. I don't want to see that. Austin Truth had their run. They had the WrestleMania moment. I mean, I don't mind them getting a rematch for it, but I don't want to see him win. Besides, when our Truth comes back, he might be dumber than that last time he was here. But he didn't get hit in the head this time. So I don't
Luckily,
know. He just got hit in the ribs and stuff.
got that crowd hot and ready for the rest of the show. That's nice. I like it.
Did that was a good opener. Even though they said Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed was starting the show, that was still a fun opener, and it was good to see Dragon Lee back in the whole LWO. We've only seen Rey Mysterio here lately. Well, not even Rey Mysterio. I can't even remember the last time we've seen him. As I said, Intercontinental Championship tournament starts tonight. On one
Yep.
side, we got Xavier Woods, The Miz, and Pete Dunne. And on the other side, Karrion Kross, Kofi Kingston, and Jey Uso. I think it's pretty obvious who wins these. Jey Uso and Pete Dunne win these matches. I don't know why Miz is in it. He got beat up 2 weeks in a row to Bronson Reed. I don't know why he's in.
Yeah, he just wants Bronson to finish him off.
How's R-Truth not there? He's dead. If he's back in a week, then wonder where R-Truth's at. Probably because he's not that good of a wrestler. He's just got a mouth. That's all that he's got. Is a mouth. He can just talk. Yeah, he might not make it to that match. He might not make it.
Is it me or am I the only one that misses the heel Miz? I miss him being an asshole.
I missed the 2016 heel Miz.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't miss the 2018 to 2021 heel Miz. I like the 2015, 2016. That's the like if he goes back heel, I want to see him go back to the 2016 when he was Intercontinental Champion, feuding against Dolph Ziggler and
Yeah.
Moxley. I like to see that back. Not kind of a PG-ish heel Miz. Which if you give him the opportunity, he can go all in. Like watch the feuds with John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Roman Reigns and John Cena on Raw at one time. He obliterated both John Cena and Roman Reigns at one time.
Yeah.
And he had the B team. I actually liked the B team. I liked their theme song at first, and then they changed it. And
I enjoyed them too. I really did.
next, we got Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective. Every week, I'm expecting Natalia to show up, and she never does. Here's an interesting question, Davis. What did you think about All In? I guess we can talk about it now. I mean, I thought All In was a good show. If I had to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Some matches were just flat out horrible. That should have been good matches, but weren't. And then some matches were good. Like the best matches I thought was Danielson and Danielson Swerve, Ospreay and MJF, the Gauntlet match, Trios match, and Tony and Mariah. Everything else sucked. Like Perry and Darby was a squash match. It only felt like 5 minutes. Like Jack Perry beat him up, put him through the casket, and that was it. Then Sting came out.
That was lackluster. I agree with you on that one. That was like a very
Mercedes and Baker Mercedes and Baker was very disappointing.
Yeah.
On paper, that's a big time match, but it just didn't deliver. They didn't. A lot of people are like they're just blaming Britt Baker, but when you're in a match, it's 50-50. So Mercedes couldn't carry a match and make it somewhat good, so it is on both of them. Like
right.
It's two people. It takes two people to have a good match. It's not one over the other. I thought that match was very bad. Jericho and Hook, I could have cared less who won that. Like, I didn't care if Hook won. I didn't care if Jericho won. It was cool to see Taz get physical, though. We haven't seen him it was good to see him getting involved. And
It was good. Yeah, it was good to see a good old Taz mission put on by Taz.
but Hook, they might actually be fixing to retire the FCW championship. They kind of teased it on Twitter a little bit. I don't know if it was Taz or Hook, but one of them mentioned it on Twitter that they might be closing that title out for at least for right now. Maybe it'll come back when Hook is
Hmm.
Taz's age. I don't know. Uh, and then the tag team title match, I thought that was it wasn't last year's tag title match with FTR and Young Bucks was a lot better than this year's. I thought it was going to be a really good match. Like I was really looking forward to that, but it didn't feel really how normally AEW's tag team matches are on pay per view. It felt
Hmm.
very even the finish was kind of lackluster. I mean, it was just a match there. But I'd give it a seven. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I felt the same way. We had spoke about it too, and I was feeling the same way. I think the highlights for me was MJF and Osprey, and Swerve and Danielson. That was like the highlights for the night for me. And I mean, yeah, I was about the same. I gave it a solid 7. I mean, it was a pretty decent show. There were a couple of matches like Connor was saying that I agree with that were very underwhelming. But like I said, I mean, MJF and Osprey, that they
Yeah.
killed it. They killed it, man. I love that match. I mean, next, and it's hard for me to pick between, Danielson, Swerve, and Osprey and MJF is, for match of the night. I mean, it's kind of a tie in my eyes for match of the night because they were both like fire matches. But yeah, I gave it a solid 7 as well.
Yeah, some people were saying it was like a 10 out of 11 out of 10 and 12 out best pay per view of all time. And like some people were just, I feel like it's delusional. I don't know. It's just like
Well,
every show they say it's the best of all time. Not everything. They use the best of all time too much these days. Like someone has
Yep.
one good match, they're better than everybody. You know, like
Yeah.
it was good pay per view. I thought it was better than last year's All In.
Right.
Thought the stage was better. The attendance wasn't better, uh, but the show was better than last year. The stage was better. Like they had a bigger stage. They had uh, some of the matches were better than last year. I thought the tag matches were better last year, and the trios matches were better this year. The women's matches, I got two women's matches on the show. That was an improvement. Uh, but it was not good top to bottom, like some people like to say. And uh, it was a good show, 7 out of 10. Hopefully, they take that momentum and carry it on through the next few weeks because this is
Right.
really Danielson's last world title run ever. Like he's never going to win a world title or a title in general ever again. This is it. So hopefully they use this momentum and gain their audience. This is Danielson's last world title run, so maybe it'll encourage people to want to watch AEW and go to the events because this is like a farewell tour. This is Danielson's last full title run ever.
Yeah.
So hopefully it sparks interest. If it doesn't, then I don't know what else to.
I hope so, because I love AEW. I want to see them do good.
Right now, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, at least Tony don't know what the hell he's doing, and some of the other people in the company that probably persuaded him. Like H said, Danielson's kind of like he said that he was in Tony Khan's office one time. Like, why are you in his office? Like like he was in there by himself. Like, how did you get in there by yourself? Like, I like Danielson as a wrestler, but I don't. Supposedly, he books Collision, and Collision sucks. So if that's any
Hmm.
indication of how good of a booker he is, that's not really. But I like AEW. They're not the same company as they used to be. Not the same
Uh,
excitement feeling. A lot of people don't
that's
like hear,
true.
a lot of people don't like hearing that, but I mean, people like what they like and don't like what they don't like. And apparently, a lot of people don't like AEW now because if they did, why did over half the audience tune out? So,
Right.
but that was a very good all in. Overall, it was a good show. Uh, And they've got a lot of things to go off of. A lot of new stories they could tell. Some people returned, some people debuted. So they got a pretty good momentum. Normally, AEW does not do good with momentum. Like they'll have something good, and in 2 weeks it's over with.
Yeah.
They just forget about stories and they don't continue them. And kind of like the Britain Mercedes, like they tried to build that last minute. It felt like they had to like it was last minute. Like they tried to build that last minute. Like you can't build a story the week of.
Yeah, that makes it kind of. I mean, it makes it more convoluted. The whole thing. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's I don't know. More planning out, more time, and more. I think because when you think about it, really, WWE they take months and months. Well, usually they know what they're going to do right after they do WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
They know exactly what they're going to do for the rest of the year.
AEW is kind of like they book on the fly. Like
Yeah.
they probably don't even know what's going to happen in that next year's All In. Like WWE right now, like when WrestleMania 40 was over, they probably already had some stuff. Like they probably already had in mind what WrestleMania 41 was going to look like. They probably already had some stuff planted.
Yeah. In Richie, I think they're in Providence, Rhode Island, I believe, tonight.
Uh, yes, they're in probably Florida Island tonight. CM Punk will be on tonight. He's supposed to be on. He's advertised to be on tonight, so he should be. I don't know what time he'll be on, but at some point during the show he'll be on. This is the go home show, so I'm sure he'll be on. Right now they don't have any dates coming to Memphis. Right now, normally they used to come in October or September for Raw, but that they didn't announce that. They've already got their dates full, so they're not coming this year for Raw. Normally they come the beginning of the year for SmackDown and the end of the year for Raw. And then they'll go to like Jackson, Mississippi for a live event or something. But they only did 2 out of the 3 this year.
Yep.
But some traditions probably won't continue with Triple H. Some they might go to different cities at different time of the year, or they go like they don't go a set time of the year every year. They just go whenever.
That'd be new.
Personally, I wish they just leave it alone so I get to go to it. But
Yeah, I think they're having Raw next week, not too far from me in Denver.
Colorado,
Yep.
where are they
I
going
mean,
to be?
I would have got some tickets, but they sold so fast. All like the good tickets are gone.
So they're in Proudge, Rhode Island, Germany. Yeah, next week's in Denver, Colorado. They've also got NXT No Mercy in Colorado as well.
Yeah. And
Uh,
like all the good tickets are gone already. I tried looking for the good tickets. They're all gone.
yeah, they've been selling tickets really quickly for all their events, really.
And like they have tickets available, but like the tickets they have now are like way up top and like behind
Yeah,
a camera guy or something, you know?
yeah. On some seats I got, like on the thing, it looked like they were way up there. But when we got there, like it was actually a pretty like we could see everything, and it didn't feel like we were way after having to look at the show through like binoculars. I'm like we could see everything,
Yeah.
but on the camera, like I mean on the picture, it showed it actually being further. But when we got there, it was a lot closer than what we saw on the computer. So
Hmm. I'll take a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
I Yeah. No, not the women's match right now. This weekend, Bash and Berlin, we got Unholy Union versus Jade and Bianca for the tag title. That should be pretty good. I kind of don't want Jade and Bianca to win them back, to be honest. I think even if they win them back, like, what are they going to do with them? Like, I don't really know. They're not going to have a dominant run because they lost them and they didn't. They didn't hold them like 40 something days, so I don't think they're gonna have a dominant reign like 200, 300 days. I don't think they're gonna have that. So I would honestly have them lose, and then after the match, Bianca turn on Jade. That's what I would do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, that was a pretty stiff move. They've been given damage control. A little bit more TV time. Dakota Kai is injured right now, so she hasn't been on. But we haven't Kairi Zane and Io Sky on. Asuka's injured as well. She is said not. She's probably not going to be back till 2025. The full group probably won't be available till 2025.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
By the submission magician, Shayna Baszler. The Queen of Spades in control. Kyrie creates space tag. Zoe's legal running deep from Shayna. Start lining up her shot. Here it comes. And like a sniper, that heat.
Oh, good missile drop kick. Louis Starks always has a good missile drop kick. Every time I see her, she always has pretty on point. The only thing Zoe's missing is a character.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that.
That's the only thing she's missing. She's very good in ring. I think they put her with Trish Stratus a while ago, but obviously that didn't work. I'm guessing maybe having a mouthpiece like Sonya Deville or thinking is going to help. Damn, who's this?
She has charisma, but I don't know. You just gotta have something to push that charisma out more. I don't know what.
Zelina Vega's back. It's like the whole LWO is back tonight. They actually took out Zelina Vega a few weeks back. They injured her arm in storyline.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good elbow. That was a pretty good match. Yeah, that's a pretty good women's tag match. Damage Control get the win. With the help of Zelina Vega. Good to see her back in the mix. But all these women cannot be involved just for the tag team women's division. They gotta have singles women going for like they can only do Rhea and Ripley for the title so many times. They gotta have the title being defended a little bit more. Like that they had Zelina Vega. I mean they had Liv Morgan go against Zelina Vega one time and then they went against Rhea Ripley, but they gotta have the title more active than just Rhea and Liv Morgan.
I agree.
Which that can still be the main focus of the storyline, but they can still have like one-off matches with Liv Morgan versus. I wouldn't say Lana Valkyria, but I'd put her against I'd put her in a one-off match against Kairi Sane or Io Sky. Have Liv Morgan win, but keep the title involved in title defenses and keep it relevant other than just Rhea and Liv.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you were just speaking about Asuka, I think hopefully when she makes her return back, they can put her back some kind of way into the title picture because she is somebody who I think has been left behind as far as the title picture.
You know, they got Lyra Valkyria. She's going to be up there eventually, but right now they got this Liv and Rhea story, and it's kind of like they're just trying to put everyone on Raw in the women's tag team division, like Shayna and Zoe, Io and Kairi Sane, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Like that, they want to put everybody in the women's tag team division because they don't have anything else for them. I think they need another women's singles feud on the main roster.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt.
I don't know who you'd put, but
this is a purge.
It's kind of funny. Me and my brother were planning on being Uncle Howdy and the Fiend for Halloween. He's gonna be Uncle Howdy. I'm gonna be the Fiend.
Uncle Howdy makes his in-ring debut. In the main event. It sucks though because Chad Gable doesn't need to keep losing all the time. He's got to get his moment eventually. They can't keep on doing this to him. What my hope is when the next draft happens, they, eventually, like kind of like this last draft, like the stories that went all year, they like to break them apart and put them on separate brands. Kind of like the Rey Mysterio and Santos feud. It went on for so long that they put the LWO on Raw and kept it on SmackDown. So I would put the Creed brothers and Chad Gable and Ivy Nile all on SmackDown. Then have Chad Gable win the U.S. title and the Creeds win the WWE Tag Team Championships. Davis, who's your top 10 best of all time?
That's a good one.
Yeah, so
you want to go first or?
Oh god, I go start number 10. A lot of people probably won't agree with number 10, but I go with Eddie Guerrero. Number 9, I'd go. I don't know.
That is tough. That is pretty tough.
Because it's not just about in ring is one thing, but Mike skills and character. Because
right,
I'll just go with top 5. Top 5, number 5, I do. Top 5. Number 1, I do Stone Cold Steve Austin. He'd be number 1. Number 2, The Rock. Number 3, The Undertaker. 4, Bret Hart. And 5, Kurt Angle. I don't know.
That's not bad.
I'm forgetting about 50 other people that could be in the top 5 category.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna put it in any particular order, but I think let's see, probably Kurt Angle, Taker, AJ Styles, Shawn Michaels, maybe Macho Man. Definitely Macho Man. Maybe let's see. Best of all time. Damn, that is pretty tough. I'm gonna say Eddie Guerrero, of course. Eddie. The Rock. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. What's two more? Uh, damn, that's hard. I already said Taker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Taker. Um, I enjoyed Mr. Perfect back in the day. I thought he was badass. He's up there. And Ric Flair. That's my
Yeah.
10. Yeah. Man, Davis making us think tonight.
Yeah, that was hard. I can't. That's really hard.
Good question though. That was good. I like that.
Yep, Zelina Vega was on the night. Great to see her back. Now, person not CM Punk, he'll probably be in this segment right here because Drew McIntyre is coming out.
Oh, Drew's out there. CM Punk's not far then.
CM Punk's he's gotta cut a good promo because even as a CM Punk for the last 2 weeks he's been cutting these promos where he'll talk about the fans. It's good to be and so on a Monday night. He'll talk about their sports team, and then he'll
Yeah.
talk about fans, and then he'll get to Drew, and then by the time he gets to Drew comes out, and then it's over. He's got to be more edgier tonight. All right, we get you like the fans. We get you're in so and so on a Monday night. We get you're a hockey fan. We get it. We've heard it for weeks. We've heard it. We know you like the Chicago Blackhawks. We know you like being in so and so on a Monday night.
Right. We get
We,
it.
we get it. We don't even need to hear it no more. Even as a CM Punk fan, I mean, golly. I mean, he's been injured for a while, so it's good to have him back, but we need to see what we've been missing since he's been out. We need to get that real, authentic CM, which the same people said that in AEW. And look what we got. We got a really ruthless CM Punk in AEW. So
Right.
it's kind of like be careful what you wish for. But personally, when CM Punk, when there's a lot of drama in backstage, that's when he's at his best.
I think so.
Like when there's a lot of heat backstage, like that's when he's his best. A lot of people don't like that, but that's when he's his best. Like
It
during
gets the people talking,
The
it gets the people talking.
Moxley feud, the Joe feud, MJF. I don't think there was heat back. If there was, we didn't know about it. But yeah, he's copying what CM Punk does. Hopefully they use that, and then CM Punk really goes in. What did I just say? He's literally doing what I just said. But Drew McIntyre's doing it. I like that they're mentioning that. So obviously Drew and Punk seen it. They're using it in the story.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't before CM Punk was there. You wasn't doing squat. If CM Punk wasn't there, what would Drew McIntyre be doing?
Good point.
He was kind of like getting stale there for a minute before CM Punk came in. He didn't really fit in nowhere. CM Punk is live right now.
Well, think about it though. If CM Punk was never around, Drew would be champion right now.
CM Punk's under the ring.
You could be right about that.
Well, right now he's live on Instagram. It's dark.
He's live on Instagram at this moment, so he's
Yes, right
probably
now.
under the ring.
It's dark, and I can see his face a little bit. 15,000 people's watching. You screwed
Okay,
up,
so
dude.
you may be right though, because if CM Punk is on Instagram
Yeah,
right now
yeah,
and it's dark, he's probably underneath the
yeah.
ring.
But I could see his face for a little bit, and he was like making fun of Drew and stuff. This is very creative. Very creative. He's live under the ring while he's talking.
Where else would he be?
He's fixing to get his ass whooped. 16,000 people's watching this. He's got to be under the ring. It's dark. Is he there all night? Has he been there
He's
since
had to have
noon?
been there all night if he's underneath the ring. Either that or he was just as like a crew member and he snuck in like during the commercial break when they had the lights down. That's usually how
Yeah,
they pull it off.
he's under the ring, all right. I see. I see the. I see like the barricade, like the the ring skirt or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
This makes me look stupid. 18,000 people are watching this.
That's pretty cool though. I gotta say that's pretty cool.
Very unique in story. No, I've never seen this done.
That's never happened. It's never happened before.
And now
Like,
it's fixing to happen.
so he's live right now on Instagram as this is going on. That's pretty cool.
Well, now to see on his end, CM Punk music. 19,000 people. It's fixing to happen. On his end, he's already came out there.
So much physical hurt.
So YouTube TV must be behind. There we go. I'm stupid. I already know where he's at. 25,000 people's watching it now. Damn.
That is amazing.
They're brawling. The fans won. Oh, getting that straight. It is a strat match, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, for Bastion Berlin.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a traditional strap match. You gotta hit all four corners and then you win the match. Oh, damn. Damn. Damn, the whole damn Rhode Island security comes. Golly. There's
Nice.
4 of them coming down. Oh, he's beating up security guards?
Security guards are gonna get it too.
He's going through everybody. Give the one a GTS. Give the last security guard a GTS. But damn. He's gonna whip the hell out of him. Well, it's finally good to see him fight because the last 2 weeks they've been talking. Like, there's nothing more they can say. Like, they've said everything.
Yeah.
Because when Punk was injured, they were still feuding. They've talked and talked. Like, there's nothing more you can say. All you can do is fight. I'm really excited for this match. Honestly, if this pay-per-view was based on storyline excitement, the main event would probably be Punk and McIntyre. Cody versus Owens is all right. Orton and Gunther is going to be a good match, but the long storytelling and the one that's most exciting is Punk and Drew. And the Romans
That's gonna be a bloody match right there too. I got a feeling that's gonna have some blood in that
they
match.
might save the blood for Bad Blood. Because supposedly at Bad Blood it's supposed to be Punk and Drew 3 and Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood.
Yeah.
But if they hit each other so hard, then you can't control yourself from not bleeding. Like if you bleed, you bleed. I mean,
That's true. Whatever happens, happens.
So you step foot in that ring with me tonight, you're gonna find out what they call me.
damn. See, they can't do like Pat McAfee stopped getting on the announce table. So for a minute,
That was the coolest part.
yeah, he got on like that's what made it more funnier, and you got the fans more involved.
Yeah.
But then Michael Cole started getting into it, so hopefully Michael Cole does it. It's funny when he does it. See, I don't know why they haven't put a singles title on him. They
Not
always
yet,
say,
at least.
the person that makes the most money. Yeah, there's Michael Cole.
Rakishi was talking about that too.
I mean, he's saying like Rakishi's saying to the point where he's a jobber. Like Davis is definitely not true like a jobber.
No.
He's one of the top acts on Raw. He's Michael Cole something else. But Pat McAfee rubbed off on him.
Yeah. Michael Cole's actually having fun nowadays.
When Triple H took over, yeah, it feels like this is the best fun he's had in a while.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Because when Vince McMahon was around, Michael Cole had to be all business with it all. Now Michael Cole's having fun with everybody else.
Yeah,
Like Triple H is letting them do his thing out there, just have fun.
like this. The last time I saw Michael Cole like this was when him and Taz were on commentary for SmackDown. That's the last time. And that was like the last time they commentated together was 2006 or 7. So that's been
Yeah,
years
it's been a
ago.
while.
And
Yeah.
then Michael Cole was a heel commentator and then went back face and then got to the PG area. It was good with CM Punk and The Rock and Cena and all that, but then we got 2014, 2015. He was still good, and then it was very more like he was scripted. Everything
Yeah.
word for word. He wasn't. But do you remember those pandemic episodes when Triple H was on commentary?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like that's one time when that's the same look he's got on his face right now. So Triple H has a lot to do with that.
Oh, those Wendy's chicken nuggets look pretty good though. I thought that was pretty cool though. CM Punk being live on Instagram during the whole
Yeah,
segment. That was like that's never really happened before.
I just seen on Twitter that the final count of people was 50,000 people was watching that.
50,000 people were watching that. That
Yeah,
was that's awesome.
that's the
Damn.
size of AEW all in from this last weekend. That's more people than AEW gets in a whole year probably attendance. But that's very creative. I've never seen personally. I've never seen someone go live on Instagram or any social media platform while fixing to come out from the ring. I've never seen that before. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone has done it, but I don't recall. I know no one in AEW has done it. It had to be someone in WWE that had done it.
I mean, I don't think nobody's been like live on stream while a promo was going on. I
That's
mean,
a
like
good
Jake
point.
Paul would come out and like take pictures and stuff like with like Austin Theory too, but like they wouldn't be on stream. They wouldn't be streaming.
Yeah, I know Tyler Breezy did something similar to that. It wasn't on social media. It was just he had a camera and then the camera was live on Titantron, but it wasn't live on
Yeah.
social media or anything. Maybe Logan Paul did it, but it wasn't like under the ring or before he was about to do something. Sheamus in Ireland, he's got a belt that he'll never win. I do hope that he'll win the Intercontinental title to at least be a Grand Slam champion.
That'd be awesome.
I'll be right back. This one.
All right. All these, commercials about food making me hungry over here. And I just ate not too long ago, so I shouldn't be hungry. But these commercials do their work, man. They work on me, especially like the pizza commercials. They get that's my weakness right there. So everyone in the chat, we were talking about what we thought about All In last weekend. What tell us what you thought about All In. What's your opinion about the show last weekend? Didn't realize Sheamus was such a big Georgia Tech fan. It's gonna be a pretty good match though. And this whole thing with the New Day, I'm waiting on not Kofi, but Xavier to turn his heel pull his heel card.
But I think Jey Uso is going to win this one.
That's who I have too. I want Jay to win.
And in the other one, I think Pete Dunne's going to win that one. But I hope next week they have some more tournament matches because I feel like they're missing some of the big names that should be in this tournament. Like how is Karrion Kross in this?
Hmm.
Like I'd like to see Sheamus and Dragunov and maybe Dragon Lee involved. So hopefully next week they have some more tournament matches, and the whoever wins this tournament is supposed to go against Braun Breaker at Bad Blood. So they got time
Yeah.
to stretch this tournament a little bit. And that's in October. We still got a whole month of September to get to before we go to Bad Blood. So
Did you notice that Xavier Woods he's wearing a different color than Kofi, and he's wearing the colors of the Last Testament, of the Final Testament. Those are the colors of the Final Testament: the black, gray.
They've kind of teased it.
It's subtle. It's very subtle.
I don't feel like Xavier. I feel like if he's going heel, I don't feel like him joining Karrion Cross would be any big deal. I mean, the group's just kind of. I like the Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering.
Mm-hmm.
Karrion Cross is actually a good wrestler, but I don't know. The group just it just feels very stale. I don't know.
Yeah.
Personally, what I would like to see, and I posted this on Twitter, but Xavier Woods turn heel, but doesn't join Final Testament. He's a heel on his own, and then
Good point.
they can play into this feud. So next, well, personally, I wouldn't have them turn on each other for a good while. Keep building this, and then for WrestleMania next year, I think Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston could be a WrestleMania match,
Hey, that's a good idea. I like
and
the
the,
sound of that.
and the special guest referee being Big E. Uh, but in the end, you remember the picture or like when Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, like it's part like it was basically the end of an era at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. I would
Yeah.
do something like that. Whoever wins, and then the New Day like they get back on track during that Mania, and then they basically have a moment like that, or they could
I like
still
the
go,
sound of that.
or they could still go on their own because Kofi Kingston won the world title with being in the New Day, so it's possible though. I don't know. I think a short term feud like that, and then get them back together after WrestleMania or something like that. Because Xavier versus Kofi would be a good Mania match. I feel like that's such a big story. They've been together for 10 plus years. That it could not headline, but be a match on WrestleMania.
Hmm. Yeah. You know what? That's not bad at all, though. Really.
And with Big E being the special guest referee, there's a lot of story they can go with off that. I don't guess Big
Hmm.
E's ever going to come back.
I mean, from what I'm hearing, he's kind of he's not coming back. I think they're gonna end up putting him eventually on commentary or either SmackDown or Raw or NXT eventually in the future.
I could see them putting him on NXT if they decide to not have Booker T on there and maybe have Booker T as a producer or something, and Big E take that spot. That would be I could see him doing NXT. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I heard that that's why he's been doing the press conferences and stuff. Like they've been trying to put him in those positions to see how he is, and he's been doing pretty good as a comment. It's not really the same thing, but it's all the same thing as being like a commentator. So those press conferences, like when the pay per view's over, and then they have like Big E and Jackie Redmond and all them. Like they just talk for a few minutes, and then they'll go into the press conference with Triple H, and
Yeah.
so I think eventually they'll have him on commentary. But they're gonna have to announce if he's gonna retire or what. If they're gonna do if they do a story like I said, then they probably wait to do it during the feud.
Hmm.
Because basically the story is Xavier feels that Kofi's trying to replace Big E with Odyssey Jones.
Yeah. And Xavier is the one who came up with the whole New Day idea in the first place. And he's
Yeah,
like, what are you doing bringing him in here? You didn't say I didn't know anything about this.
basically, yeah. And then but Kofi acted like it's just a one-time thing, but I have a feeling that it's not a one-time thing. It's going to keep happening. Eventually, it's just going to get to Xavier, and then eventually someone's going to turn on someone. I actually feel like it should be Kofi turning heel. Because if Odyssey Jones is on Kofi's side, then maybe they turn heel on Xavier.
I mean, yeah, it's a thought too. Because I've thought
Um,
about that too. Like, what if they turned on him instead of the other way around? I mean, it'll be more impactful, I think.
Because you still have Odyssey Jones in the mix. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
if Xavier turns heel, then he's got to deal with Odyssey Jones, and I don't see. It should be the other way around. Because Odyssey Jones is more of a. I mean, realistically, Xavier's not going to take down Odyssey Jones by himself.
What's almost doing these days? Where's he at? Well, him and Kofi. I mean, him and Xavier would be cool together.
Yeah, talk to him. Well, they MVP's not in the company anymore, obviously. He was his manager, but I don't think he needs MVP really. I mean, Omar isn't really too good in the ring, but he's super huge.
Yeah.
So obviously, I would say Big E, but that's not going to happen. So almost might be a good choice. Or it'd be funny if Xavier called up from NXT, not called him up, but just a one-time thing over for him. That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be badass though, too, man. I mean, Oba Finn would be the muscle. That'd be awesome.
They wouldn't stand a chance. Kofi, and it'd be over in 5 minutes.
That'd be a hell of a match, though. I would love to see that.
All right, final date back to commercial break. See how far this lasts. Oh, super good. Karen Cross gets zero crowd reaction always. He doesn't get any crowd reaction. Ooh, I was going to move a Kofi. Or, let's thought about this. Odyssey Jones could be the heel, but Odyssey Jones joined the group. Basically, he's been working with Karrion Kross this entire time. And Karrion Kross had Odyssey Jones go into the New Day to destroy the New Day within. Because Karrion Kross is still not done with this feud, doesn't seem like. So that would be something kind of to get Karrion Kross over a little bit. Have him send, not knowing no one knows this, but him sending Odyssey Jones into the New Day to destroy the group. Oh, that would be a forearm. Jason Miller, thanks for watching.
Jason, guy from down under.
Chris, he's not on tonight. He comes on here occasionally for Raw or SmackDown. He's more so on the All Elite Zone channel, but he's on here occasionally. I can guarantee you he'll be on Wednesday because Sid Vicious passed away, so he'll be doing some type of. I guarantee you, normally he does the intro. Whatever intro he does will be based off of Sid Vicious. I guarantee you. Oh, spear. I think the end is coming there.
Oh.
Jey Uso doesn't win this, I'll be very surprised. Uso splash. Yep, Jey Uso wins.
Right man won, I think.
Oh, this is interesting. So the Intercontinental Championship tournament finals will be a fatal four-way match. So,
nice.
But tonight we only have 2 triple threats, so we'll be getting 2 more triple threats probably next week. That's good. Because if those were the only triple threats, that would be kind of disappointing. Because Sheamus is in it, Dragunov is in it. There's a lot of other guys that's not in it mainly because WWE is in Germany. Like half of the roster is in the U.S. for Raw right now, and the other half is in Germany because they're having house shows in Germany. I posted on the Wide World of Wrestling Facebook. I've been posting results for house shows, and they had a house show today. And basically, the entire SmackDown roster is in Germany, but they have some Raw people over there as well, like Gunther and Dragunov and Sheamus and Kaiser. but mostly it's SmackDown guys already over there in Germany. But they're doing like a whole tour in Germany leading up to Bash and Bro. There it is. And they'll probably show some highlights. They actually did Gunther and Dragunov at one of the house shows.
Oh, cool.
That's a pretty big match that they did on the house show. Surprised they didn't say that for TV or pay per view, which they've already went against each other. They went against each other in NXT.
Yeah. You see, I've seen them separately, like in different matches, but I've never live. But I've never seen them against each other live. That'd be cool to watch in person.
Yeah, I've never seen them wrestle live. Like I went back and watched their matches against each other. I think it was NXT Takeover 2020 or 2021. One of the takeovers they went against each other. Like Dragunov actually beat Gunther for the NXT UK Championship. He actually beat him for it. And not many people on the main roster can say that they've beaten Gunther. Yeah, I believe they said that 60% of Gunther's WWE run has been with the championship. So majority of the time that he's been in the company, he's a champion. So he's really never hardly lost him. Like the only people that I can think that's beat him is Sami Zayn, Dragunov. That was in NXT. Not many people's beating him on the main roster, so that's a pretty big thing for Dragunov to beat him. So hopefully they have that play on the main roster. Hopefully they have that. Hopefully they have that feud happen eventually on the main roster. I think a lot of people was expecting that for Bash and Berlin, but Dragunov hasn't been really winning matches. It doesn't really make sense to have him go for a world title. Like if he can't even beat Braun Breaker, how is he going to win the world title?
Good point.
So I think they should have him win some more matches and build him up. Then you do that match. You don't got to rush it.
Right.
That's what AEW does. Kind of with Omega and MJF. Like there was no feud to it. They just had it on Collision, and that'd have been a good pay-per-view match. Omega and MJF. WCW did that. It was Goldberg and Hogan, I believe, on Nitro. But they had a huge stadium. Like it was packed out. But they wasted the match on TV while they could have put that on pay-per-view and drew even more money. It drew a big rating, but I believe it was Goldberg and Hogan. I could be wrong, but I think it was a big match that they wasted on TV. Which sometimes it's good to have some big matches on free TV, but to a certain extent, you can't. To a certain extent, you got to save some matches for pay-per-views.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil it all for the audience because you run the risk of nobody wanting to see the pay-per-view if you give them everything free.
Like imagine if they did Roman Reigns and The Rock on Raw.
Right.
Like you wasted a Mania match on Raw. Like it'd be fun to see it on live TV. I mean, on free. It's not really free TV because you got to pay to watch it somehow. I mean, you can watch it on a site that's free, but it's still not free. You got to pay for Wi-Fi to watch it. So even if you are watching on a site, you still got to pay for Wi-Fi to watch it. So it's really not free TV. It's free TV to an extent.
You could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy. Oh, dear. What? Formaldehyde. Oh, dear. What? I knew it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What? Are you an elk? I don't know what I am. Introducing the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's. Here for a good time.
$5 meal deal, my ass. It's like 6 or 7 something when what you pay for it. You're gonna end up breaking a $10 bill.
Like I hate this. Like, do you know the store Five Below?
Yeah.
Like they should change that name because they got prices in there over $5 now. Like, they got some $7, $10.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. Like I went in there the other day. on Saturday. So I looked at a T-shirt and it's Five Below. And the shirt was $7.99.
Oh, damn.
That's not Five Below.
No.
Dollar Tree's like that a little bit now. Not everything's Dollar Tree.
Extraordinary. USA is the new home of Friday Night SmackDown.
Like for a thing of bread was $10 in Walmart the other day.
$10.
Yeah.
September 13th, 8/7 Central.
They have a good new time show. That's pretty cool. SmackDown USA.
And 2 weeks from Friday Night SmackDown debuts right here on USA.
I wonder if Roman Reigns is going to. Well, he was supposed to be on. He was advertised to be there, but now he's taken off the advertisements. There was 3 SmackDowns he was supposed to be at, and then they took him off. No, Alpha passed away, but him and Paul Heyman's going to be doing something together at a Comic-Con or something. So if he can do that, why can't he do SmackDown?
Yeah, I was watching a video earlier today of Paul Heyman on the Not Sam show. I think it's a couple of days ago. That was a pretty good interview.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it's going to be at, but Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are having like a Q&A or interview type thing. It's coming up pretty soon. So if he can do that, what's stopping him from going on SmackDown?
I'd love to go to that Q&A. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Roman just came back at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
A lot of fans don't like the Solo feud and stuff. Like a lot of people are. Like Solo's not a believable leader, really.
I think Solo's doing a good job, honestly.
Well, there's some I've seen fans on. I think that he's been doing a decent job. I mean, I never expected him to be on the level like Roman Reigns. I never expected that.
Yeah.
I think Solo's been doing a decent job. I think really the leader of the group should be Jacob Fatu at this point.
That's a thought.
He's
A whole
better
different
than all
group if he
four.
was a leader.
He's the best one out of the 4 in the ring.
Yeah.
But they just can't. They got to have Roman Reigns involved somewhat. When we just got him back, and now it's like they used to do the same ending every week with the bloodline beating everybody up, and it kind of changed when Roman came back, and
Yeah.
we're kind of back to the same thing. Well, hopefully, Roman's not gone too long. He needs to be back at the when SmackDown, the first episode of SmackDown on USA when they come back. Because Jimmy Uso hasn't returned, Paul Heyman hasn't returned, Hikuleo was signed, he hasn't debuted yet. I feel like Roman Reigns is going to recruit Hikuleo to basically Roman knows that he needs backup. So Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman, and then someone to battle Jacob would be Hikuleo, who's 7 foot tall. So that would kind of be a matchup for Jacob. I'm pretty sure eventually Jey Uso will be involved in that.
I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty soon he'll be dragged into town. He'll be dragged into it. Especially for Survivor Series. Randy Orton has the longest entrances. I like to time his entrance. Like it's probably got at least like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the Undertaker's whenever he's like his WrestleMania entrances. It's like 15 minutes or so.
That's what Roman Reigns was doing when he was champion. He takes like the whole show to get in the ring.
Yeah.
Mention the fact that you guys singing along to my music means the the world to me. Even if it took you 15 years. Thank you.
Well, Vince McMahon had to kind of derail the crowd, Randy. So.
Providence, listen to this. I have won a lot of titles throughout my career, but there's one title, one world title in particular that I love most, and it's the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, the reason for that is the first world title that I won, and I'm the youngest man in history to have his name engraved.
Are we going to mention who he beat to win the title? Remember who Randy Orton beat to become the youngest world champion of all time?
I believe
Chris Benoit.
Who?
Chris Benoit.
Yeah, you're right.
SummerSlam of 04. Then the next night, Triple H turned on Randy Orton.
Yeah, I do remember that. But yeah, Batista had him on his shoulders.
I wish I was there and I could say, hey, who did you beat to become the youngest world champion of all time? Who'd you beat? I'd like to see what he'd say.
From spinal fusion surgery, and I didn't know if I would ever make it back to this ring. And I knew, though, however, God was going to, by the grace of God, allow me to compete, to perform one day again for each and every one of you, that I was going to do everything in my power to one day make sure that my name was engraved on the World Heavyweight Championship. And this Saturday, make sure that my name was engraved on the World Heavyweight Championship. And it is shoved. Get my opportunity. No idea. He doesn't even realize.
Crazy people.
The most dangerous, decorated, controversial, yet successful wrestler that this industry has seen in almost 20 years.
I mean, quite honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton have one more good run with the title belt. I would love to see that, honestly.
I think he'll get multiple more runs because he said that he's going to wrestle for 10 more years.
I believe it.
He's not going to Hollywood. He's not going to be an actor. He's not going. He's staying in WWE. I would actually rather see him bypass Ric Flair than John Cena, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because really, Orton can win the world title. He can win the title that Cody has. He could win the tag titles again. He could win the US. He could do everything all over again. Well, I think that he'll still be on TV and stuff. I think eventually he'll still be on TV every week, just not wrestling as much as he did. Eventually, so. I don't know. Randy Orton's still in great shape. Yeah. He might be like Jerry Lawler, wrestling until he's 70.
Now, when Gunther stepped foot in the WWE for the very first time, he was a 30-something-year-old egotistical prick. And that right there, that little tidbit, that might be the one
I'll be
thing
back real fast. Okay.
have in common.
All right.
You guys have watched me grow up and watched me get humbled over and over and over again and learn from my mistakes
Mm.
over and over and over again until eventually I had to step out from behind the shadows. I had to take out each one of those shadows one by one and earn
I mean, Randy is a credible champion, though. I mean, if you think about it, like Connor is saying, he still has some years ahead. He still has some years to go. So you never know. He could have one last title run and left in him. I mean, maybe multiple. And Jason, has been a decent show so far. I've been enjoying it so far tonight. They had a pretty awesome opener with a 8-man tag at the Judgment Day versus LWO, which is a pretty fun match. Good opener. Set a pretty good tone for the show. Everyone in the chat, what are you thinking of tonight's Raw? This episode this evening. It's not too bad. It's pretty decent, honestly. I mean, like I said, I love the fact that Randy is back, and I would love to see him have another title run. At the same time, I'm enjoying Gunther's run. I want him to have kind of like a JBL kind of run, you know. See, I figure they're gonna reinforce the ring for Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. They're gonna have to reinforce that mug or reinforce that mug. It'd be cool. They did this as the main event, and then like they did a superplex off the top and broke the ring. That'd be cool. I'm sure once they go to Netflix, they're gonna be able to say "big son of a bitch." Gotta appease the sponsors, you know. Is anyone out there looking forward to NXT going to CW? I think it's gonna be fun. I've honestly jumped back into watching NXT lately. Well, not well. I wouldn't say lately. I've jumped back into it probably. I'd say maybe when they turned it back to like when they when it did away with the whole 2.0 stuff. That's whenever I came back. Because when they went 2.0, I don't know. I think I don't think I'm the only person. I fell off of watching it for a while because it became like it reminded me of like the early '90s WWF. It was just a bunch of silly gimmicks. And for a while, NXT 2.0 was just a bunch of silly gimmicks. And if you watched it, you would know. You would know that. You've seen it. But luckily, that didn't last too long, and they switched everything up again. And like they're kind of going back to the green and the green. They're kind of going back to the black and gold days. So slowly. I mean, but the pay-per-views have been, they hit. I'm not gonna say that they are lackluster because these last few pay-per-views that they've had, have been pretty stellar. Honestly speaking, they got No Mercy coming up now, and that's cool. They're bringing back No Mercy. I've always loved that name for a pay-per-view, No Mercy. I think that's always been a cool name. And then Bad Blood, that's coming up. That's also a great name for a pay-per-view. You see what I mean? These pizza commercials that drive me nuts. But yeah, a lot of people they'll listen to us and think that we bash AEW. We don't. I don't bash AEW. I don't think Connor does either. It's not about bashing AEW. We speak a lot about it because we care about it. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, there's some things that are wrong with WWE as well, and we'll speak. I've spoken on, a few times of my issues with WWE, but you know, with WWE, I think it's more. I don't know. They do a better job at long term storytelling, in my eyes, and that's one thing that keeps me invested is when you have a good story that can go long term and that's plausible and makes sense. I mean, you have to make it believable for people to give a shit about it. And not that AEW can't get there because they can. I just feel like if Tony Khan didn't treat AEW like his side chick, I feel like you see more out of it. I feel. And I think a lot of fans will go back to it because I've noticed that there's been a lot of fans that have kind of said, "Okay, I'm not going to watch this for a little while. I'm going to stop watching for a while," and that's understandable because there's a period in time where I didn't watch WWE for a while. Like whenever, I guess it was around like the 2008. I would say 2007, 2008. That's when I kind of checked out for a little while because it became very cheesy, very PG. And I forget what exactly brought me back. I mean, because I would pay attention to it as far as who the champions were and certain storylines, but I wouldn't watch it, on a weekly basis like I usually would. Like especially Raw. Like Raw, I wouldn't watch that much, but SmackDown always was all that they always had the SmackDown 6, which kept me around at that time. They had the SmackDown 6, so that's what kept me watching SmackDown off and on. But like once you're a wrestling fan, it's kind of hard to stay away. It's like a drug. I've always liked Bronson Reed's Titantron with him walking through the sea like he's Godzilla. That's pretty badass. Very underrated Titantron, if you ask me. All right, is it just me or do the spikes from his jacket look a little bit silly just dangling? Don't get me wrong, it's a cool design, but when they kind of dangle a little bit, it just becomes funny. Should have had like stainless steel spikes or something on the back of his vest or jacket, whatever you want to call that, his duster. That'd be considered a duster, wouldn't it? Like a sleeveless duster. Yeah, but the spikes look goofy. I think you should get like stainless steel spikes on them. That'll look badass. There he is.
Oh, I'm back.
want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. And rather than eggs, Bronson Reed start breaking WWE superstars, including Seth freaking Rollins. Both of these men have won.
Oh, we got 7 people in here. Everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Everyone watching, if you're watching Raw, what have you thought? 8 people now. What have you thought about Raw tonight? We've Raw tonight's been pretty good so far. I like the CM Punk segment. I like the opening match. It seems like every week on Raw we get a really good opening match, like a really good opening match. LWO, they had a very good match. Great to see Dragon Lee back. Really, the whole LWO. Great to see Jey Uso win.
Yeah.
And this match has been pretty good so far. Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. Here lately, Bronson Reed's been on a dominant roll every week. So everyone watching, what have you guys thought about Raw tonight? Curious to see what you all think.
700 pounds of beef in this matchup.
Beef. So you're gonna do a suicide dive? Yeah. Jay.
That's a lot of beef in the ring right now.
Golly.
That's a lot of weight just being thrown around, man. That's a lot of weight.
Bronson Reed, something else.
The big meaty man slapping meat. Seems like Bronson Reed's kind of getting the better of Braun Strowman at the moment. Jason says it's been pretty. It's been good. Yeah, it's been a pretty good show. I've been enjoying it pretty much. Yeah. Opener nice. It set the tone really nice and like it kind of got everyone ready for the matches ahead. I like whenever an opener can get everybody hyped and ready and set that or set the tone for the rest of the night. Oh, there he goes. Counter be right back having technical difficulties, as we all do. I'm having my technical difficulties tonight as well. But yeah, glad everybody is enjoying tonight's episode of Raw. It is a pretty good episode. Who all out there is going to be watching the pay per view? And I'm calling it pay per view. I'm sorry, I grew up calling it pay per view, and I'm not going to stop now. I agree, Davis. Bronson is a beast, and it's about time they used him like that. Because I remember whenever they fired Bronson, and I thought that was like one of the biggest mistakes that they made was firing him. And luckily, once Vince McMahon left, Triple H did everything he could to bring him back, and they're using him the right way. And he is a beast. And you're right, Davis. I mean, this is the way he should be booked. And the thing about him is that he is huge, but he's also agile. He can throw. I mean, he can do like luchador stuff. Like you just saw, he just did a suicide dive. I mean, how many big dudes his size do you see going through the middle rope? I mean, really. I mean, that's just skill. And I'm thinking to myself, man, Bronson Reed, he's gonna be a future champion. He's either gonna be wearing the IC championship or I can see him wearing the heavyweight championship belt one day. I can see that. I really, if they do this the right way, they can make him an unstoppable beast one of these days. Now he's a beast. Eventually, they can make him unstoppable if they do it the right way. But yeah, I thought that was such a mistake firing him, and I think that was what like I want to say. Let's see, 2022. I think I think that's when they fired him. Like 2022, I think. I want to say that if I'm off, I apologize, but either 2022 or 21. I want to say 22 is when he was fired the first time. Whenever they fired him, and they ended up bringing him back. I think that was 2022. I think I could be off. If I am, let me know. Bronson Reed pulling out DDTs tonight. Let's going up top. Damn. Damn. Braun Strowman made that look so easy. He threw Bronson off the top rope. He made it look so easy too. He just picked him up looking he makes it look so easy picking Bronson Reed up. That is nuts. How much do you think this dude lifts like Braun Strowman? How much do you think he benches?
Bronson Reed feels as
This
though he
dude's
has
he's
finally
gotta
met
be
his
able to bench
physical
at least
match.
like
And
his max
Bronson
has
Reed
gotta be
now
like
exiting
I
the
don't
arena
know, like
and backing out
seven,
the
800
locker room
pounds, maybe
area
more.
here. Wait a minute. And he's waiting.
I don't think we're going. I don't think we're going to get a winner of this
Waiting
match.
to ambush Braun Strowman. Oh, that oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's going to be a no. I think neither man's going to win.
that's not a way to end this match. Come on.
I don't think they care. I don't think these two guys care about winning.
They just
I
want to
think
beat the
they
hell
just
out of
care
each other.
about beating the hell out of each other.
Pretty much.
This, I thought this is going to lead to another match, but a falls count anywhere match at this point.
Are they
Oh,
breaking down the set? That'd
damn!
be awesome.
Said something big was
Trying the last time they broke down the set. I think it was Bobby Lashley had speared somebody. Or I think it was Strowman that speared Bobby.
Oh
I
shit!
could I, I
We're in
can't
the
remember,
parking
but I
lot.
know somebody got speared. Oh, they're going out.
We're in the parking lot.
They're going outside to play. He
Oh,
walks right into the trash can.
we're getting close. We're getting close to people's cars. Uh-oh.
Oh man.
The choke slammed him. Didn't get much of it.
I love how the skinniest I love how the skinniest staff or security tried to stop Bronson and Braun. And I was like, really? Really, dude? The
Braun Strowman gets
skinniest dudes, man. They're like, no, you're not going anywhere.
oh, damn. We're beating the hell out of each other.
This is kind of fun, though. I like it. Let's see how far they can take this.
I wouldn't mind if they on the street. Literally, I don't know why they don't do that. Do like Booker T and Stone Cold. Going to a grocery store.
Yeah.
They can do it back then. They can do it nowadays.
Oh, he's trying to murder him.
Bronson Reed, you can't go out like this. You should be whooping. There we go. Beat the hell out of Braun Strowman.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
That must have been that was Corey's car. He's
Oh shoot. Yeah, better say a prayer. Damn.
Oh man. I love it. They're beating the hell out of each other out here. It's an impromptu parking lot brawl. That's what it is.
Why is the car smoking? What? Damn, that was really good. They've built Bronson Reed up there. They've built him up really, really big. Like
Yeah,
they're not stuck on the gas pedal.
he just nailed him with a pipe.
Oh, that was really good.
That was awesome, though. That was pretty
We
awesome.
didn't get a winner, but I feel like this is the next time they go against each other. I think we'll see some kind of stipulation. Falls count anywhere, street fight, a parking lot brawl match. We're gonna see something. I think
I don't
this
know, but
I think this planted the seeds for another match with a big stipulation.
I think so. But I mean, I can't remember the last time somebody beat Braun Strowman that bad. Though. I can't remember the last time.
Maybe probably Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. Yeah, he's probably the last person to beat Braun Strowman that badly.
I know Roman Reigns and Braun had a feud, but it's been a while since someone's manhandled
Trying to
Braun.
kill each other back then. I remember that. I gotta say, man, that pizza looks delicious in that commercial.
Everyone's freaking out on Twitter about that. That's probably going to be the spot of the night.
Yeah.
I don't know any other spot that they can do that. Top that. I mean, you'd have to pull a Shane McMahon, and I don't see him doing that tonight. That's going to be that'd probably be the spot of the week.
I would think so. I mean, it was more impactful than anything else we've seen tonight.
Still don't get why the car was smoking, but I mean, normally,
Because wrestling, Connor.
I mean, I've seen cars get smashed before in wrestling. I don't think I've seen the car explode. Well, I did see one car explode in wrestling when Mr. Man went to a limousine and closed the door and kaboom.
Yeah.
But we don't know what. We got to forget that story. It never happened. It's a race.
I think from what I
It's a,
heard, the ending of the storyline was supposed to be that Linda McMahon had Vince killed or something like that.
how is they going to bring him back to TV?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Either way,
I don't know if they thought that whole thing through before Christian Watt. That whole thing happened with him.
yeah, if that wouldn't have happened, that was the feud they was going to go with. That was going to be a feud, or whatever it was going to be. That was great, though.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Tony, this is how you book big men. That's how you should be booking Wardlow, Lance Archer, Brian Cage. Like Bronson Reed is the definition of how you book a big man.
Exactly.
And see, no one had to lose or win there. Eventually, they're going to have another match, Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, and then someone's going to win. But first match, neither guy cared about winning the match. They just cared about beating the hell out of each other. And then
Yeah.
you do all that stuff, and then it sets up for another match. It's probably going to be a false count anywhere or something because they wouldn't have done a spot like that if they didn't have a future plan of a big match. Falls count anywhere,
Yeah.
street fight, parking lot brawl. I'd like a parking
There's
lot.
got to be a special stipulation to it.
Yeah, there'll be some kind of stipulation, but that's how you book a big man. I mean, WWE's overall's done pretty good. Like Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed on
Yeah.
NXT. You got Obafemi. Those three right there. I got Pete Dunne. I think he should win this match.
I think you're right about that one.
Going against the Miz. I know Pete Dunne can beat the Miz. He's got to worry about Xavier Woods. It's either going to be Pete Dunne or Xavier Woods, but I'm leaning towards Pete Dunne. Which I'm glad that they're pushing Pete Dunne. He's a better singles wrestler than a tag team wrestler.
Yeah.
But Tyler Bate, his tag team partner, they were the New Cat Republic. He got injured. He's going to be out for a while. So, like, if this was Vince McMahon and they were a tag team, he wouldn't do nothing with Pete Dunne. Like, if your tag partner's injured, they don't do nothing with you.
Yeah.
But luckily, Triple H isn't doing that. He's utilizing the injury. It's not a good thing that Tyler Bate got injured, but you can use it to your advantage and do a singles push with Pete Dunne.
Exactly. Bring back the bruiserweight. I love it.
And they're slowly bringing it back. They're trying to convert him back into a singles wrestler. He's had some pretty decent matches. He's gotten some big wins on Raw. And in matches like this, and he's been in a feud with Sheamus the past few weeks. So they've slowly been getting him back into the bruiserweight. I give it by the end of next year, he'll be fully back to NXT UK Pete Dunne.
That's the one I want to see. That's the version I want to see.
We've seen it one time on the main Raw. Well, technically we're seeing it, but it's growing back now. But we did see him fully. It was when WWE went to the UK and Enzo Amore had an open challenge, and Pete Dunne accepted it. I think it was like in 2016 or 2017 that happened. Pete Dunne, it was only a one-night thing. He wasn't called up to the main roster or anything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the hell out of Enzo Amore. I kind of wish that WWE would bring back the European Championship. Because someone like Pete Dunne, that would look good on.
That'd be perfect for him.
Walter, Pete Dunne, Sheamus, Dragunov, Ludwig Kaiser. Like, all those guys right there could win that title. But if they did that, then they would have to bring back another title. They like to keep titles even on each brand. So if you bring back the European, you got to bring back something for SmackDown to keep the titles even.
Light heavyweight. That'd be good.
I would do that or bring back the Cruiserweight Championship, something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
SmackDown's been known for like in the Ruthless Aggression era, and they've been known for cruiserweights. Like we used to have Rey Mysterio, Spike Dudley, Funaki, Chavo Guerrero, Billy Kidman, Lance Storm, like a lot of good cruiserweights. Rene Dupree, kind of a little bit.
For those old school SmackDown fans, of S.A. Rios.
Yeah. Hurricane Helms or Wrigley Helms held the belt.
Yep.
But not even just WWE. Like WCW had a good cruiserweight. Like that's where WWE got it from. Like they never would have had a cruiserweight title if it wasn't for WCW doing it first. Because they had Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero, Billy Kidman, the Luchadors, the WCW kind of made the cruiserweights popular on on a bigger scale.
Right.
I remember Hoover to Guerrera and Psychosis and who else? Super Crazy. What was the guy in WWE that held the? He was a Japanese guy. He held the light heavyweight title.
Takamichi Noku.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He even still alive.
Yeah. He did. He did MMA for a little while. I'm not sure what he's doing these days, but I know last I heard he did a little MMA and then he went back to wrestling for a while. He started his own promotion.
I really liked him. I wish he could take a time machine and take him from the Attitude Era and bring him into wrestling these days.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Takamichi Noku is that if you took him from the Attitude Era and put him in today's era, he will fit perfectly. He will fit perfectly.
I can already come up with 10 different people that he could have a good match with. The Jerry was another one back in those days.
Yeah,
I've always liked the Jerry. I actually met him, or kind of did. I was going to meet him, but he charged an arm and a leg, really. I was going to get an autograph picture with me, charging $100. 50 for a photo and 50 for an autograph. And
damn.
I had to pick and choose some of the wrestlers I wanted to meet. And there were some other wrestlers I wanted to meet more than him. So I met Funaki though. He's really nice.
SmackDown's #1 announcer.
Yeah. I don't think he wrestles anymore.
No, I think he doesn't wrestle anymore, but he'll pop up every now and then on a pay-per-view. Every now and then he'll pop up and everybody will go Funaki.
Yeah, he was really nice. He I want to pay for an autograph and he signed 2 autographs for me. He can't speak no English though. No. The only thing he can say is #1 announcer.
SmackDown #1.
That's really all I can say in English. That's it. I mean, he can speak somewhat of it. You know. I would have liked to have seen Prime Tajiri versus Prime Shinsuke. We got Consequences Creed in the ring.
You know what match I thought about with Takamichi Noku? I thought about this for a long time. Was Takamichi Noku versus AJ Styles? I've always wondered how that would be. I don't know if they've ever fought each other before, but I've always wondered how that match would go.
That would have been a perfect match in TNA in the X Division or Ultimate X match or Destination X.
That would have been perfect. Hell yeah.
Hulk Hogan wanted to do what he did. I think TNA would be where AEW is currently at, probably. They probably never would have lost their Spike TV deal. They probably never would have lost AJ Styles. They would be what AEW is right now, probably, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan and Bischoff and Dixie Carter.
I mean, I think, you know, of course, Hulk Hogan, I mean, that's a given. He was one of the major reasons of the downfall of the company at that time. Plus, he had Eric Bischoff come in as well. And it was like they're trying to relive the old days from old WCW before they ran that down. Like it was crazy television back then. I didn't enjoy any of it when Hogan wasn't around and quote unquote in charge.
Everything that made TNA different and unique, he took away. 6-sided
ring,
he took that away. In the first event that they had no 6 sides. The first thing when they get out there, the fans chant, "We want 6 sides."
I love the 6-sided ring. I thought that was a cool idea.
And then when the fans started chanting that, Hulk Hogan say, "Well, 6 sides won't get you too far." Then the fans started booing him.
That's where he messed up, man. That's where he messed up.
I mean,
right there.
That ring is very hard on talent, I've heard, but that made TNA different. Nobody did that.
Yeah,
He just basically tried to make it WCW again.
exactly.
I think
And the
TNA
fans
went.
weren't, and the fans didn't like it at all. They hated it.
I think TNA went against. Weren't they on Monday nights for a little while, trying to compete against Raw?
Yeah, they were trying. Yeah, they were trying to compete, but they really couldn't compete with Raw. Not at that time.
I think
And
they.
and, and, and Raw wasn't at its best either, but Raw was doing better.
I think that's when CM Punk was having his pipe bomb stuff and Cena and
And Bret Hart came back for a while during that whole war between TNA and WWE. Remember that?
but I think they were only on Mondays for a few weeks. I don't think it lasted too long because
No, Raw blew them out of the water.
they had to they went back to Thursday nights. That would have
Had
been
no
I don't know
choice.
who came up with that. Probably Hogan and Bischoff
I'm pretty sure. I bet you dollars to donuts that was probably Bischoff's idea,
and
and he
Dixie
brought it to
Carter.
Hogan. He's like, "Yes, let's go for it."
Dixie Carter just went along with it. Like she thinks that Hogan and Bischoff like they know the business and they know what they're
Yeah,
talking about, but she didn't do her research because if she would have, she would have seen what they done to a company called WCW. They blew that to the ground. They blew TNA almost to the ground.
just about. I mean, I mean, the fans saved TNA. The fans saved it. Because if they gave up on it, man, they would be nowhere.
Oh, Miz might win this. Skull crushing. Pete Dunne. He's gonna steal faster.
Oh,
Damn it. He almost put a fast one. He's gonna make the Miz tap out. He's called the Bruiserweight for a reason.
all right. I'll see him start snapping fingers.
I've never
Oh,
seen that.
back chop.
That was kind of fun. I never seen that done before. What the Miz tried to do.
A double skull crusher. That would be cool if he would have hit that double skull crusher, though. That would be pretty cool.
Xavier Woods gonna do it. Damn, that was long
Oh,
notice. Ah, Pete Dunne pulled the referee out.
oh, desperation right there. Desperation.
I would have done the same thing.
Exactly. I would have too.
If you want, you gotta win them. You gotta
You
win no
gotta
matter
do what you
what.
gotta do, man.
Pete
A
Dunne,
W is a W.
Pete Dunne picks up the win. Barely. He had to pull. See, I'm gonna look at his face. You gotta do what you gotta do.
A W is a W.
He played it smart, and Xavier and the Miz played it down. Pull the referee out. Now we got two. We should have two more triple threats next week. So I'm curious who's gonna be announced. Then they'll
Getting
two.
interesting.
We'll go into a fatal four, and whoever wins that fatal four-way will go against Braun Breaker. So far, we got Jey Uso and Pete Dunne. In 2 weeks, we got the fatal four-way.
It's shaping up to be good, though. I'm liking it, though. This fatal four is going to be interesting.
I don't care who wins, though. We're not going to beat Braun Breaker.
No, they're not going to. No, they're not going to beat him.
As of right now, whoever wins it, we'll give him a good match. But it'll be a good match, but they're not going to.
They're propping him up for a pretty good title reign, I think.
But I heard last week Jey Uso name dropping me in my championship. You better watch your mouth, Jay.
Hmm?
You Because there's never been a member of your family to beat up a member of mine, and you are not going to be one of those.
That
Never
is
thought about that.
that is true. I never encountered a Steiner and a Samoan.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
they fought each other before. They fought each other, but Steiners have never beat any of them. That's true. I've never thought about that.
I am that dude. I am that dog. I am the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. And the worst is yet to come.
I'm pretty for sure that Braun Breaker's opponent will probably be Jey Uso.
That'd be awesome.
Just by that promo right there. Doesn't mean anything. Anything they could do, they could have had him say that to swerve everybody. To make you think Jey Uso's going to win, but he doesn't win.
That's gonna piss a lot of fans off.
But then they'll say the match is predictable. And then when they don't make it predictable, they're still not happy.
Yeah, well, you got a point.
Personally, I think Jey Uso is going to win. He's going to win the whole tournament. But I don't think he's going to beat Braun Breaker. I think Jey Uso should win a singles title at least once. He's earned it. I mean, he's the most over guy in the entire company, probably.
Tenacity,
That's safe to say. Yeah.
passion, definitely.
Like
Next level
merchandise sales,
competition.
crowd reaction.
This time hips that don't
He's
lie.
always in the top five. He's in the top five with Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns.
But mercy, no para nada. There's no mercy here.
NXT No Mercy looks really good.
Mercy, streaming exclusively on Peacock.
They actually used that song for King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Well, and they showed the highlights of it.
I do like how Chad Gable's, getting his pump on, doing his promo. That's pretty funny.
Does that remind you of anyone? Kurt Angle.
Yep.
Kurt Angle said that he would be open to managing Kurt Angle.
I mean, that'd be perfect, though, man. If he was to manage them, that'd be so perfect.
I would do that, and really, if Kurt Angle managed them, they could change the name of the group to Team Angle.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would want the group to be called that because it'd be all about Angle. But I don't know. I like to see that, and him help them help Chad Gable win a singles title. Creed's win a tag titles. Maybe
Yeah.
Ivy Nile will win a women's title.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Kurt can make the Creed brothers the new best tag team in the world. I mean, or the world's best tag team. That'd be pretty cool. Like, version 2.
Yeah, pretty much. I would like. It'd be too many people if they did this, but have the original Team Angle join the Creeds and all them. Have big one.
Yeah.
Big, so I don't know how that would work because Sean McMahon's no longer with the company. He could be going to AEW if Bobby Lashley and MVP go. But Charlie Haas, he wrestles off and on the independents.
Yeah. I thought about it. What if Bobby Lashley went back to TNA and just wrecked everything?
See, if they were going to reboot because they can't use the Hurt Business name, they're going to use the Hurt Syndicate. And I feel like they could, if they really want the group to succeed, they should go to TNA.
Yeah.
Because in AEW, there's no guarantee if they'll get TV time every week. Because they got so many people. Like, they just signed Ricochet. They got Will Ospreay, MJF. Jamie Hayter just came back from injury. Kenny Omega is going to be back soon. Moxley will be back. So many big. I think TNA will be the best place for them. I'd like to see Bobby Lashley and Josh Alexander Bobby Lashley and Moose did go against each other before Bobby Lashley left TNA, but that was a way different. Like that was a different Moose back. Like this is a whole new Moose now. When you got other talents like Chris Bay, I'd like to see MVP interact with. I don't know. I think Bobby Lashley and MVP, if they're going to redo the Hurt Business, they should go to TNA and do it. AEW doesn't need to sign everybody. I mean, there is some other companies like TNA that could benefit from some guys.
Yeah.
Not everyone can go to WWE, and not everyone can go to AEW. TNA is a nice third place for talent to go to.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, Bobby Lashley has dominated there in the past. I mean, could you imagine him going back and them recreating, them kind of rebooting what they had?
When Bobby Lashley was last there, he dominated everybody. Like he
Yeah.
held it up for like over 300 and something days, and I remember the last. I think the last match he had was against Moose and TNA. I could be wrong,
I think you
but
may be right about that. I
but
think
he did
so.
go. Bobby Lashley did go against Brian Cage, and he went against Drew. Well, his name was Drew Galloway, but Drew McIntyre now. But Bobby Lashley, he was during his whole TNA run, he was pretty much a freak. He was dominating everybody.
Oh yeah, I mean it's safe to say that there was a period of time where Bobby Lashley ran TNA.
And if they bring MVP and Shelton Benjamin with them, you know, TNA's gaining some steam slowly. They got the Hardys, they got Dolph Ziggler, they got uh, Joe Hendry. He's pretty much their biggest star right now.
Yeah.
They got Mustafa Ali. I think he's still over there. They got Matt Cardona's back. They got Moose. They got a lot of good young talent there. They got a good women's division too. They got Jordan Grace.
Yeah, I'm a huge Jordan Grace fan.
So the Judgment Day gave us an explanation. They explained why they stabbed us in the back. And they think we're the bad guys. Damn right we're the bad guys.
It never felt so good to be bad. And I mean, you guys made us the villains that you can't live without.
And then you want to play the victim. I'll tell you what, at Bash in Berlin, you don't have to play nothing. Because we are going to make you victims.
I mean, we didn't become the most destructive forces here within the WWE by being good guy. And at Bash in Berlin, the Terror Twins are going to show you mercy.
I swear, Rita Ripley is such a superstar. She is such a star.
Basically, we're your devils. And we're coming.
And to see how far Damian Priest has come, man, is amazing.
Yeah. If anyone watched him in Ring of Honor, Punishment Martinez, and
Yeah.
see the documentary that just came out with him, he's came a long ways. At the Uber Arena this Saturday, Bash in Berlin. It's in Berlin, Germany. Yeah, Bash in Berlin is pretty good.
Yeah.
5 matches. For pay-per-views like lower tier shows, they've only been having 5 matches. Then for SummerSlam, they got 7. I feel like on Bash and Berlin, they should at least have 6 or 7 matches. If they're not going to add any more matches to the main show, add 2 matches for the pre-show or something. Like give the fans in attendance more. especially Germany. Like they don't get WWE pay per views every. They never get WWE pay per views. Never. They only get house shows really. So I'd utilize the pre-show or add 2 or 3 more matches on the main show.
A long time ago when I started here in WWE. One of the first people that greeted me backstage in my first show was a man named Psycho Sid. And he was one of the nicest
So I
people
got to
there.
tribute to
And he
Psycho
tried to
Sid.
teach me what he could about the business, and hopefully he did a decent job. He was one of the greatest big men in the history of sports entertainment. No doubt about it. I grew up. My father was a fan of Sid Vicious. He was captivated by the size, the intensity. The man, the master, and the ruler of the world captivated our imagination like no other. Our condolence goes out to the family of Psycho Sid. WWE is saddened to learn of the passing of Sid Eudy,
2 weeks in a row.
better known to the WWE
tribute.
family as Sid
Yeah,
Vicious
that is crazy.
and Psycho Sid. Make no mistake about it, Sid Vicious is bad to the bone. Sid made his initial impact in WCW, where his imposing 6'9" physique and fierce
He
demeanor
was
made
huge.
him a perfect fit as the new muscle for the infamous Four Horsemen.
Yeah, Sid was a big dude, man.
WWE
He
in
was one of the monsters.
I've seen anyone with the credentials the size of that man. And see him come out with his eyes wide open. One of the most imposing big men you ever met in your life. With his unmatched intensity and dreaded powerbomb, Sid would quickly rise to the top of WWE, going toe-to-toe with the immortal Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 8 and main eventing WrestleMania 13 against The Undertaker. Sid backed up his commanding in-ring athleticism with tactical mind games, helping him to win multiple world championships during his nearly 30-year career. Despite his menacing presence in the ring, Sid was known for his kind-hearted nature outside of it. A devoted family man, Sid will be remembered as a man of strength, kindness, and love. A larger-than-life superstar who stood out during an era of larger-than-life characters with a legacy that will live on forever.
That was a good tribute.
Yeah.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill.
Bronson's a beast.
I take one
Rest in peace, Sid. Yeah.
Master and the ruler of the world.
I think I'm talking. Like we'll probably do a tribute to Psycho Sid, probably.
Jardiance works 20
Probably
That'd be a good idea.
that's been talked about in our group chat a little bit. So
Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, congenital yeast and urinary tract infections, a rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction.
He was the king of softball too. I don't know if anybody knew that, but the dude can play a mean game of softball.
Mm-mm-mm.
Let's see which match is. Let's see which one is next. Let's see.
The main event's supposed to be Gable and Uncle Howdy.
Yeah,
Besides that, I think that's it.
something big's gonna happen with that match.
Yeah, some are thinking Alexa Bliss might do something.
Oh, that'd be awesome! I can't wait to see her come back.
She's been teasing it on Twitter. She posted some stuff, and but she did it before, and then she never came back. So
I think that's around the time she got pregnant when she was starting to do that stuff.
yeah, I'm curious to see where she'll play in this faction because the group is called the Wyatt Six, and there's only 5 of them,
Right.
and they haven't established who the sixth member is. Is it Bray Wyatt in memory of Bray, or is it Alexa Bliss? I'd say by the end of the year, we'll know who the sixth member is.
I think so.
All right, Paul, we'll get some matches for next week now. Denver, Colorado, as Chris would say in Mr. Jacobs' neck of the woods.
Yep.
All right, we got Sheamus versus Bronson Reed versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Interesting.
Triple threat qualifying match. Okay, we got another triple threat: Ilya Dragunov versus Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio. That should be a really, really good match.
Oh yeah, that shit. Hey, I want to see that one. That's gonna be nice.
We got Zelina Vega and Shayna Baszler. Zelina Vega making her return.
Yep. I'm a huge Shayna Baszler fan. I'm a huge fan of hers ever since MMA. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, I've always liked Shayna Baszler. She's not the most attractive woman in WWE, but she's
I
definitely
think
one of
she's
the best.
alright.
She's definitely one of the best in the ring. That's for sure.
That's damn right. So next week's Raw looks pretty damn good though.
Yeah, next week looks pretty good. I'm really excited for that. Dragon Lee, Ilya Dragunov, and Dominic Mysterio.
That's gonna be sick.
Adam Pearce is stacking it up. Nick Aldis is going to fire back somehow. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes can't do it all. They put on a lot of good matches. They can't be the only ones.
Exactly.
Cody, he's only having pay-per-view matches, or he'll have a tag match every now and then. The tag team division has been. I think the SmackDown tag team division is better than the Raw tag team division because
I gotta agree with you on that too.
the Raw tag titles are never defended really, and you don't really see actual tag teams go against each other. But on SmackDown, we got Bloodline, DIY, Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, Baron Corbin and Apollo Cruz, Santos Escobar's two guys, the OC. So you got like actual tag teams. Like we just had that Gauntlet tag team match a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and then we had DIY versus Street Profits. They put on a really, really, really good match a few weeks ago. Then this last Friday we got the Bloodline versus Street Profits. That was a good match. So I think SmackDown also has the better women's division. Besides Rhea and Liv, that's really all Raw has. Well, I'd say for the title picture, the women's title picture, I should say.
Yeah,
And SmackDown's got Nia, Bailey, Tiffany mentioned. They got a little bit more. Naomi, she's gone for the title a little bit. Uncle Harry's got a different kind of theme song. Or at least I haven't heard it. Would it be something if they revealed that Bray's still alive in this feud?
that'd be wild. I bet that's gonna piss a lot of people off too.
I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that'd go. I don't think that's real though. He's dead. He passed away. It'd be something. I kind of don't want to see that happen because that'd be terrible. Because some people, friends of his, actually think he's dead.
Yeah,
That'd be terrible. Even though I wish he was still alive. I mean, I don't wish anybody to die.
right. I gotta say, it's a sick jacket that Uncle Howdy has. I love that jacket. That's sick.
A little bit like the Undertaker, but not quite. Very unique in its own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that song is Bray Wyatt's song.
Yeah, I remember hearing it now like that, and then part to it. The opening I didn't really wasn't
Hmm.
familiar with, but at the Hall of Fame and stuff they played that. So
Yeah.
and it's on the 2K soundtrack. That song is.
Yeah, it is on 2K. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, 2K does a very good job of updating their stuff.
Yeah, I mean they basically got every wrestler's soundtrack on there.
Right.
I like the Jimmy Hart theme song. I have that on the soundtrack too.
Oh, the Jimmy Hart.
He actually sings. No, not a lot of people know that. He used to sing a lot.
Yeah, that's
I went,
true.
I went to a wrestling show a few years back, and Jerry Lawler and Jimmy Hart and Coco Beware and a few others. They were singing the song together. Like it was
Yeah,
a
I think
literal
Jimmy Hart
concert.
before he went into wrestling, he was doing music.
Yeah, he looks like someone that would be in music. He looks the exact same he did 20 years ago. Jimmy Hart never ages. He'll always look like Jimmy Hart.
USA's The Anonymous. New episode next.
I bet you didn't know this though. Did you know that there's a little tidbit that you probably didn't know that Jimmy Hart do you remember like you remember how NWO had the Wolfpack and they had their own theme song. It was kind of
Yeah,
like a hip hop song. Did you know Jimmy Hart wrote that song?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, don't turn your back on the Wolfpack, you might end up in a body bag. That was all him. We had a huge hand in creating it. I think he wrote it pretty much. I don't think he did it the beat or nothing like that, but he wrote the song. Little fun fact for all the fans out there for of Jimmy Hart.
I like Jimmy Hart. He's always been nice every time I've met him. I've met him a gazillion times. About as much as times I've met Jerry Lawler. If Jerry Lawler's around, Jimmy Hart ain't too far behind.
That's true. That is very true.
Hmm.
They're stuffing all the commercials in right now. We're at the main event.
Yeah.
And Uncle Howdy's in-ring debut here tonight on Monday Night Raw. I knew it, Cole. The Lion Gates and Chad Gable started as he made his entrance game, had to weather the early storm, and now has control with the head.
Hi, back from commercial break. Finally.
It's easy to make that reference. You said Bo Dallas. Yes, physically, this was Bo Dallas. I competed against Bo Dallas. Psychologically, this is not Bo Dallas. I don't know what snapped, what broke inside of Bo. This is a completely different entity occupying the body, the frame of Bo. Did we mention the entire brokenness here? Why it's this? Casey. Cross. Gable now. Exchanging blows. Center of the ring. And then even plays Howdy. That
Hmm.
doesn't break your
Good
spirit.
forward.
What will? Gable now.
Oh,
Sending Howdy out. Inside the ring.
suplex outside the ring. Or onto outside the ring.
Gable bringing the fight. There's no doubt about that. You got to give him credit. Understands the assignment. Knows he has to take a high risk here. Gable off the top.
Oh,
Out goes Howdy. And Gable is taking over. This is what Gable needs to do. Continue to be relentless. Continue bringing the fight to Uncle Howdy. As we take another look at Gable soaring all the way from the top turnbuckle to the floor. WWE fans sold out tonight. Providence, Rhode Island, all over Chad Gable.
I do like how the mask itself, like it's well done with the hair. I wonder who did Uncle Howdy's mask. If it's the same person that did like the Fiend. I don't know
Oh,
about that because Tom Savini did the original Fiend mask. The dude that did all the Friday 13th. Well, the original Friday 13th. All that makeup effects.
they showed someone in the Bray Wyatt documentary that made all of Bray Wyatt's stuff.
Yeah, it's, Tom Savini. I think that's who it was.
They showed Bo Dallas with him in the documentary, so he could have made this stuff too.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I gotta check. I gotta look that up. See if he made it.
I'm pretty sure he
'Cause
did.
Yeah, because Tom Savini, he's a well-known like special effects makeup artist. Like his bread and butter was horror movies. Like he would do like all kinds of like the gore shots and all the good bloody shots that people love to see in horror movies. He's kind of responsible for a lot of those.
Chad Gable just did an angle slam. He knows what he's doing at this point. Kurt Angle, you got to come back. You can't have your end of your career be the way it did. At least be the manager of Chad Gable and the Creed brothers.
It's very much on purpose, I think. Very much.
I don't blame him. I'd do everything I could to try to get Kurt Angle to manage me. Chad Gable is this generation's Kurt Angle.
That's pretty safe to say, actually.
The only thing he needs left is to leave WWE, go to TNA, and be Perk Gable, and then come back.
Perk Perk Gable. That's perfect.
Go to TNA, become Perk Angle, win a bunch of championships, come back, and then have a bad ending to your career. But luckily that won't happen. Hopefully,
Uh,
they won't treat Kurt Angle like they did.
Perk Gable.
Yeah, Perk Gable. Like this is the highest he's ever been in his career, Chad Gable. Like he's in
That's
main event.
true.
He's in main event matches. He's in one of the biggest storylines in Raw. He's been in the Intercontinental title picture. He's been having title matches in the main event of Raw.
Can't knock that.
He just needs to start winning more. He's done enough losing. I feel like he had a bad character in Shorty G. Like that was the all-time low for him.
Oh yeah, that was a Vince McMahon idea. You know that from the get go.
It's kind of night and day that Vince McMahon's Shorty G was the worst of his career, and what he's doing now is the best of his career with Triple H. That's just night and
Yeah.
day. Triple H knows how to book someone like it. If you put Chad Gable in 2006 WWE, Vince McMahon probably would have booked him good. But if you're talking about like 2017 to 2022 Vince McMahon, you would have do what we got.
Yeah, I think that's whenever he I think that's when he officially lost his mind. Like around that era. Like Vince McMahon just started coming up with just dumb ideas.
Yeah, because I can't knock him. He did come up with a lot of brilliant stuff over the years. But once you get like 2017 or 20, I'd say 2017, after WrestleMania 33,
Yeah.
then everything went off the rails.
Right.
Everything. And I mean everything went off the rails. Literally. Look at his life since then. His whole life's changed upside down, which is much deserved for what he did.
I mean, think of it like this, you know, right, before all that mess happened, right before the tribal chief stuff, Vince McMahon had Roman Reigns having his face stuffed full of dog food. I'm not sure if you remember that episode of SmackDown,
Yeah,
but
it was
Baron Corbin had, stuffed all that dog food in his face.
I
They
still
went from there to push him to the tribal chief in that amount of time. And you just get rid of the negative aspect of what's around, or the negative aura, I guess you can say, which was Vince McMahon. And then they ended up pushing Roman to the stratosphere after he's gone.
he's like getting the babyface run that he should have gotten when he was babyface, but everyone booed the hell out of him.
Right.
But now they're actually cheering him as a babyface because everyone wanted him as a heel. We got a heel we got a heel Roman Reigns for like 4 years. All
And they
right,
finally figured out a way to do it right.
yeah, and now they're turning back face, and now he's going to get the babyface when he should have gotten back then.
Right.
Damn it, Uncle Howdy. Nobody wanted you back. All I wanted was the Chad Gable to be Intercontinental Champion. Damn it.
One day, Connor. One day.
And quit copying Mick Foley. You're not Cactus Jack. You're not Mick Foley. Stop doing the Man and McClaw. Yes, the Creed brothers are out here. Hopefully, Eric Rowan and the rest of the silly group isn't far behind.
Oh yeah, they're there. I'm pretty sure they're around.
Daffy Duck and Mickey Mouse is near, especially what they look like. And now he's laughing. Shit.
Uh-oh.
Damn, there comes the
Uh-oh.
lights. So the whole circus is coming out now.
The whole circus.
Yeah, the whole damn circus. Rabbit ears,
Oh,
Daffy Duck, and hey, we got Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, Dexter
the ref
Loomis
went down hard.
taking out the Creed brothers. All right, comes Ivy Nile. Don't leave her alone, you stupid son of a bitch. Who's gonna leave her alone? Now, damn, now he's gonna take all of you out.
Damn.
Why didn't that fan get involved? You could have helped. You were sitting right there, dude. You're just walking away. You could have helped. Now Chad Gable's gonna lose because that stupid fan. Thanks a lot. Oops, my sister advocate.
Oh,
Damn. Kick out, kick out, kick out. One, two. Okay. I think it's pretty obvious
damn.
I was not going for Uncle Howdy, but
He wins his debut.
I'll take the rabbit and the circus somewhere else.
They're gonna be pushing Uncle Howdy. Not sure how, but they're doing something with the wide six, and it's big.
They can't have Gable lose all the time. He's lost too much.
Shout out to Eric Rowan. We have his interview here on the channel, or actually on Elite Zone, the sister channel that we have.
I mean, Bo Dallas knows about losing pretty much. He's lost his entire career, so he can relate. Now he's got to rub it in everybody that he can win now.
Wow. Uncle Howdy winning his first match, or his debut on Raw.
Kurt Angle, I don't know if you're watching this, but Chad Gable's Olympic Slam was a cry out for help. He needs you. He's got to have backup. You need to come back and manage the American-made Chad Gable. You got to end your career on a high note, not losing to Baron Corbin.
That crowd was on fire when that referee hit 3.
Yeah, he cheated to win. Uncle Howdy did it. He wouldn't have won if Eric Rowan and all them didn't come out. The only thing the Creed brothers were doing was being there in respect for Chad Gable's match. They didn't get involved in the actual match. They were just congratulating him. But
Okay, good point.
obviously, Uncle Howdy's group did not want to participate peacefully, and they caused chaos. Uncle Howdy's a no good cheater. He should burn in hell for what he did tonight. But yeah, that was a
It
good
is what
Raw.
it is.
Overall, that was a good Raw, though. Top to bottom, that was really good.
Yeah.
Every week, Raw's been starting off with a really good match. Like the opening match is always good. We got a lot of good progression with stories. Obviously, Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, uh, Randy Orton and Gunther, CM Punk and McIntyre, of course, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. In their mixed tag match coming up, we got to see the advancements in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. We saw Jey Uso advance into the Fatal 4-Way, and we saw Pete Dunne. And next week, we'll have 2 more triple threats to determine those 2 last spots in that Fatal 4-Way to determine the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. The main event was good. Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable. I wish the match would have gotten a little bit more time in ring, but besides that, it was a good match. Uncle Howdy won by cheating. Obviously, he did not deserve to win that. What else? The women tonight. Women only got 1 match. It was Shayna Baszler and Zoe versus the Damage Control. Damage Control won that. That was a pretty decent match. What else? I think that's about it. It was a very very good Raw. The card looking at it didn't look good, but put the card to reality. That was a very good show tonight. Everyone
Yeah.
delivered pretty much. Nothing was flat out horrible tonight, really. Uh, well, the only thing that was horrible was Uncle Howdy winning tonight. That was the only thing that was bad. Uh, but yeah, if I had to rate tonight's show, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's pretty fair. I'm actually gonna stay around the same neighborhood. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. And one thing I'm loving what they're doing is with Bronson Reed. They're turning him into this beast, and I'm enjoying every second of it. And I want to see how far they're going to take this with Bronson Reed. If they can take this to the title picture, I'm in. But yeah, I'm going to give this a solid 8.
Yeah, that was good. I think between Raw and SmackDown, Raw is the most they're the better consistent show. Um, I know a lot of people don't like this, but I think SmackDown would benefit from a 3 hour show. Uh, we don't know if Raw is going to be a 3 hour show still or a 2 hour show when they go to Netflix. I'm assuming there'll be a 3 hour show still. We don't know. We haven't heard anything, so we're under the
Hmm.
assumption it'll be the same, but we don't know. Uh, but SmackDown, I feel like could benefit because USA Network they're only going to have one WWE show because Raw's going to Netflix and NXT is going to the CW. So they're not going to have two shows anymore. They're only going to have one show. So I feel like and like what does USA have on there? Like reruns of Modern Family and stuff. Like they don't
Yeah,
really have any new stuff. So why not extend SmackDown for another hour? And then I feel like that would help SmackDown's problems a little bit because they can progress more stories, have more matches. Like we could see Shinsuke Nakamura probably more on SmackDown. We could see more Andrade, more Carmelo Hayes. Um, we could see a lot more talent on SmackDown if it was uh, expanded to another hour. But we'll see if that happens ever. Uh, yeah, I thought tonight's show was a good show. We possibly might be back for NXT tomorrow night. I'm not for sure. If we are, definitely check out the Wide World of Wrestling podcast on Twitter and Facebook. Those are both in the links in the description below, and Mr. Jacobs' Twitch account, as I say every week. But it is also in the link in the description below if you'd like to check out Mr. Jacobs' gaming content, whether it be WWE gaming or any other games that he does. Definitely go check that out. Everything of that is in the link in the description below. And obviously check out the All Elite Zone. This is a sister channel to that channel. So we do Dynamite reactions. We do Talking Elite on Sundays, AZ Canada on Tuesdays. Uh, there's a vlog coming up on there pretty soon. Uh, yeah, we do a lot of stuff on there, and we do some stuff on here, mainly WWE on here. But I want to try to get doing some other things because it's called the Wide World of Wrestling. So feel like it's fitting if we did some other stuff besides WWE. But we are in the
yeah.
process of a new show happening on here pretty soon. Uh, I would say it'd be coming out really, really soon. We pretty much got the channel art done. It's about planning a date and planning and advertising. So, yeah, that was pretty much it for tonight. You got anything else to add on?
I don't know. Just thank you all for tuning in with us and join us for more.
Yeah, so we will see you guys possibly tomorrow night for NXT.
Peace.